Check 1 2 1 2, bitch.
Yo, what's up, everyone?
What up?
It's episode 115 of the iLLogical Sense podcast. This is your boy Busby.
And over here is your boy JC No
Hut! And Martin.
Yo, what's up? What's good? I'm back.
For once.
And just in time, because
Right?
we got a brand new setting.
Hey.
Yeah, I know we got a brand new office-ish.
Yep.
More room to do shit. You know
Hell
what I
yeah.
mean? If you know, you know.
Exactly.
That's
Room
all.
112, where the players dwell.
Don't let people know where we at. Well, you kind of did tell people, but whatever.
Room 112.
They don't know the address. Just know it's room 112.
112. Or like how Karina said, yo, well, what did Karina say? What did he say? Yeah, it's episode 111. You should play a 112 track. Well, we have something called copyright. We're going to get our shit taken down.
Yeah, I'm cool.
Right, yeah. I ain't tripping
That's
on
cool. I like how you say that shit all the damn time. That's cool.
That's cool.
That's cool. That should be a soundbite in itself.
I agree. I need that button.
Yeah, we got a new room. Nice room to kind of end the year off, kind of ish.
that. Yeah.
But yeah, people died. That's a good way to start.
Yeah, that's a great way to start, bro.
More people died,
Let's jump into that.
I guess.
Rest in peace to Steven Hillenburg. Of course, that's the creator of both Rocko's Modern Life and then,
Classic.
of course, everybody
SpongeBob.
knows SpongeBob.
Yeah.
I did not know that he had ALS.
I didn't know that either.
That's
wild.
That was shocking to read that, but he passed away at the age of 57.
That's
when you got Rocko's Modern Life and SpongeBob on your resume,
hey man,
Yeah.
didn't he help make Ren and Stimpy too or not?
I'm sure he was a part of some
I have
shit,
a,
man.
I have a feeling
I mean,
he helped
Rocko's
make
Modern
it.
Life, that was the same time frame.
Because the people who made Ren and Stimpy helped create Rocko's Modern Life, but SpongeBob is still going strong. That's crazy. In 2018, that's wild.
I don't know, that came out in 99?
99 and
Yeah.
or late 99 and shit, and still going with how many movies? Like 2 movies. They said the first movie was supposed to be the series finale.
Right.
But when they saw how much money he was making, it was like,
No. Yeah. Get your ass back in there and make some more coin.
yeah, we gotta make that
Right.
money, nickel. But yeah, rest in peace to him. He left off a legacy. So
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
that's crazy.
for him,
Less than 60 years? Like, that's... Wow.
Yeah. I know my younger cousin passed away at the end of 2005. Her and my younger sister, because they were like only months apart, they were head over heels into SpongeBob. And so, everything around that was decked out in SpongeBob. So
yeah, it's
that
still,
definitely holds a place in my family's.
and plus
That's close to home.
SpongeBob it became a damn it's to the point now where on the internet. What happened? Oh, well, on the internet, even on the internet, was SpongeBob pretty much became a meme. Like every scene, like random scenes, they made meme videos, all that shit.
Yeah.
It's wild.
And I know there's still memes being made.
To this day, of
Yeah.
random scenes.
To this day. We need that soundbite.
To this day!
We need
To
that.
this day!
Shit.
Shit. That's crazy, man. But, yeah, rest in peace to him.
For sure.
And also another death happened was George Bush Sr. Died at 94 of just being old, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, both of them have nothing nice to say about him. I'm kind of indifferent about it myself because he did do some fuck shit when he was president and shit like that. And he tried to make up for it when whole ass nigga in office came in. But other than that, guess rest in peace to him.
It was what it was.
I mean,
I didn't.
yeah.
I chose not to say anything about that because I was told when it comes to death, if you don't have anything nice to say about that, don't say anything at all.
That's
I don't like
exactly-
speaking ill on the dead, so I just chose not to
how
say anything.
That's how I felt about Triple X. And it was just wild just looking on Twitter and seeing people celebrating his death. That was like the most wild shit in the world to me. It's like, you gotta celebrate another man's death. God taught y'all better than that, man. Like, that's... Maybe I was raised different, but God taught y'all better than that, man. So, wherever he is, Whatever.
Hey man, 94 years. War
I just
vet,
remember.
you know what I mean?
I just remember he did.
That's what I'll remember.
And it was like a few months after his wife died too, Barbara.
Yeah,
But I just remember
7 months actually.
Wow, exactly.
Yeah.
I just remember how petty he was. How he didn't show up to whole ass nigga's inauguration, but he showed up to the Super Bowl. That was some old petty ass shit. I love that. that was some petty shit. Like, nah, I don't feel too good, but I'm gonna roll my ass off to the damn on the field and do the coin toss.
Right.
Whole ass. But rest in peace to him. I guess that's cool. So
hey man, don't use my soundbite, bro. That's my shit. Copyright.
Don't take us down. But over the weekend, it was pretty chill for me. I mean, I saw a horror movie, The Possession of Hannah Grace. I was gonna say Hannah Baker, like it's fucking 13 Reasons Why.
Yeah.
Should have been that. That would have been a better movie than the shit I watched. It was a lazy. That was the most laziest horror movie I've ever watched. I've never seen. I've seen horror movies that pissed me off when you try to insult my intelligence, but this one was just lazy. The premise was there, but it was just lazy. Everything, including the ending, it was like. I was about to say it again.
I mean, again, that's why I rarely watch horror movies. Everybody's like, "Oh, you're scared?" I'm like, "No, I don't have time for little stupid bullshit."
But some horror movies aren't really
gonna piss me off, and I'm like, I don't want to do that.
Some horror movies aren't scary. Some just fuck with your head.
Some of them are just stupid. Though.
Some of them are stupid, but some I kind of go out my way to watch the ones that kind of fuck with your head a little bit. That's the most craziest. But the ones that are creepy. There's no movie that really scared me, but they creeped me out, and I'm like, okay, and it stayed with me for a minute. And I was like, Paranormal Activity, The Babadook, that was creepy. The first Paranormal Activity creeped me out, The Babadook, and there was another movie that I watched recently that I put on my IG story. You remember the ones that you saw? The one, the old girl stretching her face out and shit?
I've seen it, but I can't remember.
Is that the Spanish one?
It's the Indonesian. It's Indonesian.
Where
it's called,
the dad is sick and they got to go back to that house. Is that the one? Yeah, I saw the trailer for that. Larissa and I were watching something last night. I saw the trailer for it and I was like, she even looked at it, she goes, I don't like scary movies, but that actually looks pretty interesting. It was. It kind of reminded me of Evil Dead. Like you could tell they were inspired by Sam Remi. And when from the very first scene, it puts the pedal to the metal. It does not let up. It got to the point, like I was on my laptop, I'm looking up. I'm like, when I saw that scene where the old girl was splitting her face open, I'm like, what the fuck am I watching? I gotta show this on my IG story. Like, I never seen no shit like that before. Literally just split her face like, oh my god. It was like that Cosby stand up. Remember that? He's like, you ever seen the conniption where her face split? That's pretty much what happened. Teeth, piss, blood everywhere. I was just, and then and then all of a sudden, like, she goes normal. She's like, what's the problem? Like, what's wrong with you? It just reminded me of the end of Thriller. What's the problem? And I'm just looking up like, bruh, what?
God.
Yeah.
It was called May the Devil Take You. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely saw that.
Yeah, watch when the sun's up. Because I had to turn it off at some point. It's like, okay, this is too much for me. I had to watch something happy after this. Like, Pharrell's happy.
Yeah. Mine was just sports heavy weekend, as usual. I mean, I drove. But other than that, shout out to the plug because we ended up getting tickets for the Pac-12 game.
Nice.
Game.
Nice.
So we were all there watching. Boring ass game in the fucking cold.
Yeah, I was supposed to go to that game with you too, but I couldn't go.
But the tickets, I didn't have to pay anything for the tickets. So
yeah. I mean, a free game.
It was a way to get out.
Game.
And we actually saw the long touchdown before we left.
What was this? What quarter did you leave? The second half or the first?
We left at the end of the third quarter.
Oh, that's
that game, of course, was between Washington and then the Utah, because the winner of that game goes to play in the Rose Bowl. So it was just a boring ass game.
So it was a defensive game, pretty much.
No, it was just everybody, like, the offense was making stupid decisions on both ends. It wasn't really like a defensive game. It was just slow. And then it was cold, so it was like
it's like a high school game, pretty much.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about? Like, those are like, I remember, like, when I was playing football, it was just like, dope. But when you watch a game at a high school football, nothing more than a social gathering. No one's watching the shit. Right. Someone makes a fucking touchdown. No one cares.
If you're not invested, that shit's kind of boring, bro.
It is.
It definitely is. So yeah, that. Of course, Lakers won twice this weekend, so that was chill. And then, of course, the Deontay Wilder and the Tyson Fury fight. I didn't pay for it. I got everything
on IG story.
IG stories, streaming, and Twitter.
Yeah, at the same time, I didn't care.
All three, and then at the end of it, I was like, that's exactly why I don't pay for that shit.
How much was it? Like $60?
75.
What? See, WrestleMania, I always go back to WrestleMania. That shit is an extravaganza. You see the stage there and stadiums and shit, that's $50 for 4 hours. This shit is what? An hour? 2 hours at least? Those fights?
Overall, it's like 3 to 4 hours because they got undercards.
But no one cares about the undercard.
No, a lot of people care.
They care. Oh, okay.
There's regional guys there.
Okay.
And then there's up and comers. So I mean, it's unless you're into it. Obviously, if you're just looking for the headliner, you don't care. But
yeah,
there is a boxing community. They care about those fights.
Yeah.
Damn, but like wrestling, it's just wild.
Don't get me wrong. The fight itself was definitely worth the 75. It was the results that made it.
That's what I saw.
That made it like, yeah, I forgot boxing. Y'all really are.
What was old boy's name? The white boy?
Fury.
Yeah, old boy got knocked the fuck out, literally, on some Creed shit. Knocked the fuck out. And then just like Creed, he just woke up. But the way he woke up...
He got up like he was a fucking Undertaker.
Literally. But he wasn't like... Everyone kept saying it was like the Undertaker. Undertaker literally just sits up. Like, he just got up. He just went like, okay, I'm up. That's pretty much what he did. Okay, I'm up. Like, you know when your alarm goes off and you just laying there like, fuck, I gotta be late for work. Oh shit, I am waiting for work. All right, gotta get up.
Yeah. Yeah, so he got knocked down twice. So usually you would think for those rounds, like, okay, Wilder won. Yeah. The thing of it is, I was even seeing clips. Wilder can't fight for shit. Like, you could tell from his stance. He's really going for the knockout.
That's day to this day, nigga. That's him.
Yeah. Woke Wilder. Wilder woke
to this day.
Woke Wilder. Yeah, they called that shit a draw right down the middle, which I should have seen coming because before the fight ended, it had pretty much been announced there's going to be a part 2.
Yeah, it was a draw.
So no. Before the draw,
beforehand,
you had already had the sense there was going to be a part 2.
You had the sense it was from how the fight was.
I don't know if it was announced or whatever, but
there was a buzz
from talking with people who watch boxing. Yeah, they were like, "Yeah, we knew there was going to be a part 2." So if that was the angle, I guess, but not for no $75. Not on my
feel me? Not on my watch. I watch. See, I remember the last few fights I've watched on IG Story, and if that goes down, I'll go to the streams. If that goes down, if I'm really invested, then I'll stream it. But until then, press it, Draymond.
No.
Yeah.
Like Draymond just walked in here just to press that button and left to call someone a bitch.
Hopefully he don't come in here with that meningitis.
Yeah, seriously, on his pinky toe. He's out for the whole road game because of his pinky toe. I don't know even if it's his pinky toe. I just like saying that shit.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was like, because he said meningitis and you said on his pinky toes. Because
he's inch, you know.
Like, that don't add up.
Yeah, somebody was really doing something freaky for a piece of change. You get meningitis on your pinky toe.
Meningitis on the pinky toe. Yeah. So,
yeah. So, I mean, the good thing of it was Wilder reclaimed his title. I guess like that was.
I don't know.
One thing he hold his hat on. He didn't.
Do you follow boxing like that or just
no?
It's just a tie, bro. Like
they need a fucking union to.
Yeah, you know how much it has to be a fucking winner and a loser.
Yeah.
Off top, and it has to.
But it's also called CTE, man. They don't want to fuck up their heads like that,
well,
man.
I mean, there's that, but then there's also the fact that it's corrupt anyways. So.
Right.
Exactly. You got to knock the nigga out. Even if you do knock the nigga out, they'll still give it to you. The nigga that got knocked the fuck out.
That should have been a win.
It's all about, like, pointing systems. I don't know. I don't watch boxing like that.
I mean, I kind of.
I just watch Rocky and Creed.
Jesus.
Rocky and Creed. That, and then you talk about who got CTE. Rocky got CTE. Yeah, all them punches to the head. I probably in Creed 3. Yeah. Creed has fucking CTE or brain cancer.
I know because he went to IG. He didn't say it, but
who?
Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, okay.
And he went to IG basically saying it's been fun playing Rocky. I don't know if he said this was the last time playing Rocky, but I'm looking at that and I was like,
you gonna die.
The studio ain't gonna allow that shit.
You ain't stopping the flow.
Because even if he back out, like God forbid, he gonna die. They gonna send a camera crew out there to witness his real life death, and they gonna say he was Rocky in the movie, and that's gonna be that. There's no way in hell you cannot have the death of Rocky in that film.
Yeah,
like he's just
kept
dead.
Saying, I just like how it ended, and everything just got wrapped up in a big old bow.
But that's assuming if they do Creed 3.
Yeah. Like logically,
if they don't do Creed 3,
end.
It's great. Like,
it should just end right there.
But if they do Creed 3, he's got to die.
What movies
Oh, yeah.
should have just ended at a certain sequel? Like it was just wrapped up in a great bow. They shouldn't have did third. Like Toy Story 3, that was wrapped up in a big old bow. They should not.
For sure.
They should not do Toy Story.
Yeah, but I'm intrigued about 4, so I can't
I am
say
kind
that.
of too. I'm kind of intrigued about it too.
But I don't know, man.
I would have said.
I don't want it to ruin it for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I kind of have that feeling.
I would have said Fast and Furious after Tokyo Drift.
Oh God.
But
After
then-
Tokyo Drift,
Because that was the third one.
Third one, yeah.
Yeah.
But then they just smoothly and quietly cut their drift all the way to the 5th one.
No pun intended. I think.
And then all of a sudden there was
they
just,
should have ended it after 7. 7 should have been the
Yeah, it
last
should have
one.
been done.
It should be ended right now. I rewatched 8 the other day, and I was just like, it just doesn't. It feels weird without Paul Walker.
They
really
were racing
does.
on fucking ice.
They weren't racing. It's not even about drag racing no more. It's like fucking.
You got a fucking tank on ice.
Yeah, and now they're filming Hobbs right now.
Right.
You know, and just Rox is like posting everything that he's doing when it comes to filming. It's like I
don't blame him.
I don't get when you make it. You need the
I
highest.
said I wasn't gonna be in Hollywood. Now look at me.
Who said that?
A lot of people said he wasn't gonna make it.
I didn't think he was going to make it that far. I didn't know. I'm still shocked to this day that he is one of the biggest movie stars. People know him as his real name, Dwayne Johnson. I'm such a wrestling fan. I feel like a mark if I call him by his real name, Dwayne Johnson. I'm like,
I just meet right in the middle. I just say that's the people's champ. Because both The Rock and Dwayne Johnson in their respective arenas are the people's champ.
True.
Let's call him The Rock, man.
That's the people's champ,
That's
man.
The Rock.
Yeah, speaking of the people's
No matter
champ,
what he does,
Yeah,
that's The Rock.
Well, speaking of the people's champ, Meek Mill dropped.
Yes, he did.
Whoa.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be the
No. That's a round of applause first and foremost.
and then the
Yeah. Gotta go in a little transition. Talk about sequencing. Gotta sequence that
clap, and then well, it could have been the and then a round of applause.
Nah.
But
Fuck
this
with
is
the sequence, man.
what album is this?
bitch. Album number 4 for him.
Album number 4. Mm-hmm. Yeah, fucking Championships with that god awful cover. Well, I kind of got used to it now, so it's like
I got used to it because I couldn't find no alternative cover. So
we'll find it
is what
eventually.
it
No
is.
one made one. I was mad about that. Like, I asked, but no one made it. Someone did send me like alternate covers that they did shoot, but it was too damn small, and I was kind of pissed. Like, what the fuck, man? And some of them actually look good. Like, you could have used that, but for whatever. And then I remember when I was going on my IG, they showed like this ad for Championships, and you see Meek kind of, it was a live stream, like, so you saw him kind of posing for the picture, and you saw confetti coming down, and then when I saw that, I was like, oh, that's what it is. Still looks like you're in the jungle of Wakanda or some shit.
Yeah,
Looks like he's in Jumanji. Look like he's in Jumanji, bro.
Looks like he's headed to space.
Seriously, though. that didn't catch my attention, but you're right though. It looks like he's about to
Take off,
Yeah,
literally.
he's about to blast off.
But the
And I
black-
mean, I never had an issue with the title championships.
Yeah, me
because
neither.
The last one was wins and losses.
So he wins Championships.
Right.
And what's before that? Dreams worth more than money?
Dreams worth more than money. And I mean, this one makes sense too. Eagles came off their first championship. Sixers have now gone from trust the process to
So it goes
contending
from
for the
Dreams
East.
and Nightmares and Dreams Worth More Than Money. Okay, there's the Dream Chasers. There was Dream Chasers 1, 2, then DC 3.
But that's just the Dream Chaser series.
Yeah, but DC 3 was more of an album. He made that more of an album-ish.
I mean, they all sound like albums if you take off the DJs.
Yeah. Well, DC 3 was the one without no D, but we're getting off the point. Championships. Meek Mill's 4th album. And he delivered. And didn't I say last week that I didn't think he was going to deliver? I was like, he ain't gonna top this, because I know what to expect from Meek. But he surprised me.
That first, I mean, like I said, the opening track.
We all know
what I was expecting from him, and that even what I was expecting from him, I heard that shit and just, here we are, it's time.
Was it better
time
than?
to go.
Well, it's not better than Dreams and Nightmares, of course, or Lord knows, but it was better than Wins and Losses intro. And his previous ones.
To me, it's just his intros are.
I think he kind of mastered how to make an intro.
Yeah,
This one.
intros are old.
This
on
this
point.
intro, I called it lazy. He just called it the intro with
Well,
the Phil
the
Collins
thing
song
with this is
sample.
that, of course, so then he had Crown with Elliot Wilson, and then I liked how he explained. He asked him, "Why are your intros so far?" And he goes, "Because when I was making demos, they were like, they only gonna listen to the first 30 seconds, really. So you gotta
You
grab
better
them on jump.
impress the fuck out of them.
So that got instilled in him from jump, and I think that was
Makes sense.
Yeah,
That's how you should. Your first track is always the first track and the last track should always be the standout. And what it gets you and what you leave with, and that's where Meek Mill mastered that. When it comes to the intros, you know it's gonna be fire.
Yeah.
But the Phil Collins sample, bro, just in the air of the night, that
It's one of the greatest songs ever made in any genre.
I kind of did pause when I heard them drums. I'm like, you gotta let the sample breathe. I can feel it calling in the air.
That bitch breathe.
Give me a hell yeah!
Hold on. Then I just hit somebody like Mike Tyson. But yeah, man, he rapped his ass off, and then Trauma, that shit, man, that whole beat and shit like that. Keep going on. Uptown Vibes. What do you think about that record? Uptown Vibes.
It was cool. I dug it. I took it for what it was because, again, it goes back. I went back and re-listened to the album after the interview. So a lot of stuff was making sense.
I'm talking about your first listen.
First listen, I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
Then I went back and re-listened to it because that's when he was saying, when I was in jail, it's black and brown. So when I'm in there, I have people bringing up Bad Bunny and they're bringing up the guy Annual AA.
Yeah.
So that's when he started listening. That's when he was able to grab that sound. So for me, it made sense from that aspect.
See, if I'd have heard that before listening to the album,
Because
I changed my opinion.
Because he released these two.
Yeah,
he released that and Oodles and
was not
Noodles.
feeling that.
He released this and Oodles and Noodles like a few days before. And I
that was the perfect contrast.
Yeah, it was. But I literally did not. Me and JC did not listen because I wanted to hear it in the form of the album. But honestly, it really didn't matter. But we'll get to that in a bit. On Me with fucking Cardi. Cardi spit her ass off. That was fire.
I didn't even know Larissa listened to the album because so obviously it came out Thursday night. Her and I were watching something and then we went to sleep. So I listened to it Friday morning. And then I just kind of broke down a few tracks and then she hit on Twitter. She goes, "I'm glad that you love that song because I have it on repeat the last 20." I was like, "When the fuck did you start?"
She hit me up on Twitter. She hit me up on Twitter saying flat out like, "What do you think about that Cardi record?" And I just put flame emojis. Like, "Yep, I agree." And
yeah, but it caught me off guard. I was like, "The fuck did you start listening to Meek Mill?"
But when she thought, because she loves Cardi, that's why.
No. Cardi. That's when she said, she goes, "No, because ever since Meek has gotten out, I've been rooting for him to come back." So then I was like, "Oh, all right." I wish you would have told me because we could listen to the album last night. I was watching what you wanted to watch because I was thinking you just wanted a quiet night. But okay, for sure. Cook, fam.
Wow.
Shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Get your ass whooped, bro. That's on you.
So,
But this record was better than any record he has ever done with Nicki. I will say that to the.
How many records has he done with Nicki? That's not
3.
saying much.
He's done 3.
One.
He went with that All Eyes on Me joint.
Yeah, that's the one I remember.
Yeah, the one on Chasers 3.
And then Pink Print.
I don't pay attention to Pink Print, so it didn't really matter.
But it's better than any record he's ever done with Nicki.
That's not saying much though with Pink Print. That's the point.
No. I'm not saying with Pink. Just any record he's ever done with Nicki. Period.
Oh yeah, I mean
all 3. Like she's. I don't know who wrote that for Cardi. If Cardi wrote it, I don't care. That shit was fire.
Yeah.
But then after that, this is where shit gets really just press that pusher shit. Push it.
Well, I mean, before we get into that,
let's skip over that.
No. It's not even that. It's just the samples that were on this too. Like Trauma was the Getaway sample that Mobb Deep used, and then wasn't On Me a sample of something?
No, I think that was a Championships with a sample of something. The actual song Championships.
I know Respect the Game. I forgot what that sample was.
Oh, Dead Presidents.
Dead Presidents. Thank you. Yeah.
That's why I want to skip over to what's free for now because that's going to be like a whole talk in itself. So,
well, I mean, you can say Dead Presidents, but that melody has been played in so much songs.
For sure.
Respect the Game was. I love Respect the Game. Splash Warning.
I could do without that. That is for sure.
That was the only song that kind of just sounded so out of place on that shit.
On the entire album,
I said I could do without it, and then I heard it in the car speakers, and I was like, okay.
I can't get that melody out of my head, bro. That shit is just annoying as fuck.
Honestly, it's the kick drum and the bass.
I get what you're saying, but like that shit
sounds like dirt off your shoulders.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I could go either way with it, but because of that, was I'm not gonna knock it off. It wasn't one of the ones I was talking about you guys earlier with, and I was like, I would have left that one off. That wasn't one.
Yeah, Championships, the title track, that beat, that was fire. That should have been I should have been towards the end. I get to my little theory about it. Championships was a really great record. Going Bad, his reunion track with Arbery. What y'all
That
think
sounded
about?
forced.
You said
I felt the same way.
It just sounded forced.
It didn't sound natural.
it didn't sound. It
You know what I
didn't.
mean? Like,
It didn't
as
sound
compared
not
to
forced. What's the word
everything
for it?
else on here?
Not natural. Authentic enough for y'all.
Yeah.
I kind of felt that way too.
I
I mean,
wouldn't even say it didn't sound authentic. It just didn't sound necessary.
it wasn't.
It
needed
sounded like
yet.
they did it just because they had made up.
Pretty much.
So it was like their
I can see
makeup
that.
track, but I felt like they could have waited.
They said it was like the same BPM as what's it called? As back to back.
Yeah,
It was someone took like I saw that and I heard it and I heard and I kind of like imagined the back to back beat. It kind of sounds like it. Like they could have saved that for Drake's album in a way, or something like that. I don't know, but I personally they said they submitted it to the radio, so Drake is kind of greedy right now. He's trying to get every little hit he can get. Almost Slipped was a good record. T-Pain should have been on that. I can literally hear T-Pain rapping. I remember, and then I think when I listened to Button's podcast, Rory said the same shit. I'm like, yep,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
He
I heard
also
T-Pain on
tweeted.
that.
Tic Tac Toe with Kodak Black was decent. What'd you think about that?
I just don't like Kodak. I'll be honest.
Okay.
I'm not a fan.
Even on hooks?
Even on, well, see, that's the thing. When it's him rapping, that's when I don't like it. If he's doing like his little singing type shit that he does, it's not bad. I don't have no issue with it. But when he starts rapping, I mean, I haven't heard him rap on beat yet. I'm just
Is it as worse as
I'm
what's his name? Silk the Shocker? Silk the Shocker bad?
Yeah, it's in my opinion, it's worse because it feels like he's just rapping slower than
No,
the beat.
Silk
At
Every
least you can make a hit out of it.
Silk the
Yeah.
Shocker. No, well, Kodak Black
Do you
made
remember
hits
It
off
Ain't My
that shit.
Fault? Like,
It ain't my fault. And then did I do that? But no, Silk the Shocker
That was a remix.
is literally Silk the Shocker literally battled to not stay on beat. It's really amazing. It shocks me how he just did not want to stay on beat at all in life.
this is how I feel about Kodak though. It's not that he battles the beat like that,
Battles the
but
beat.
he's not aligned with the BPMs, bro.
At
like,
all.
He keeps falling further and further back behind his bars.
Silk the Shocker's still amazing. That's a feat in itself. Like he deserves an award. But anyway,
Championship.
it's a championship. Hey.
I see what you did there.
See what you did there. But then after that, and then 24/7, it was like such a night and day. Like you hear that hard shit, then you hear 24/7. You hear that Beyonce
24/7.
sample.
I like that.
I like that was
much.
genius
Beautiful
for putting.
song.
The only problem I had with it was if they had just turned Ella's vocals down just a little bit.
Yeah.
So she could smooth in with the
Just
sample.
mixing wise, because I heard them just from a mixing standpoint.
Yeah.
And they just turned down just a little. But that was my only gripe. I'm like, that's my only gripe. I could hear her.
Yeah.
Like, she's clear.
You can live with it pretty
Yeah,
much,
like-
yeah.
Yeah. Oodles and Noodles was cool.
Oodles and Noodles was
dope.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh,
No,
what
I
about
was
to
just gonna say, like, the whole, I don't know, there was a few tracks, like, in the beginning with the samples. The samples were just either too high or the vocals,
Right.
like,
Yeah.
it just clashed too
Right.
much. Like, the mixing in this album overall.
Sounds like they just placed it together.
Yeah,
Sounds like
yeah.
they just placed it
I'm
together.
not gonna talk shit about it because, I mean, my mixing ain't all that great neither. But
when you hear it,
but when you're talking about money being poured into this like that,
Mm-hmm.
like, it should have sounded better, in my opinion.
it's almost like they just rushed it in. But we get to that. Oodles and Noodles.
Oodles and Noodles is
fire.
the epitome of who Meek is as an artist now and how far he's come.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was some shit. I'm glad I waited to listen
Same
to that
here.
track.
Same
Yeah,
here.
same.
Especially with the sample and shit.
Yeah.
Pay You Back with 21. Is it just me? But
No.
it's 21 Savage
Not
getting
just you.
better now.
It's not just you.
Like first I heard him on what was it? What did I
It
hear
was
him on?
on Metro Boomin's.
Metro Boom. Then it was another. It was another verse he rapped on Travis Scott's. It was on Travis Scott's album. His feature game has been fire this whole year. Like, and his album comes out later on this month. Actually,
Yeah. I said it after the Metro Boom where I said I'm low key looking for it. After this, and then you factor in how he's gotten wiser himself, where he stopped wearing the jewelry, started putting financial literacy classes for kids in the hood and all that.
Someone that listened to Hove.
Yeah, so it's like,
Yeah.
so you factor all those in. It's like,
Or
I
Amber.
really want to hear what you have to say.
And maybe we should be
Coming
happy.
back from Issa.
Maybe we should be
Yeah,
happy.
for sure.
Amber Rose gave him some water.
So,
She got me doing
hey,
shit I don't usually do, like
hey,
drinking
21.
Why y'all listen to it? That was the actual.
I know. No.
See, Amber Rose got him drinking water. He's never been the same. He left that ghetto life alone. I
It
just
was
drank
just
some
so
water.
funny because I literally did not catch what you were doing until you like drinking water. And I was like, oh my god.
Yo, bruh, you ever drank this water? It's hella.
Yeah, I think they call it Water?
I think it's called Water. It feels neutral.
Yeah, man. He's been on the roll lately.
Yeah.
21 Savage really has been on the roll.
Yeah, 100 Summers was dope. It was alright. 100 Summers was alright.
100 Summers was great.
Yeah.
Especially when you broke down the lyrics. He got into his bag. A lot of these tracks, he was getting into his, he was getting into his bag.
With the shit. With the shits was my shit. With how do you say her name? Millie? Melly? Yeah, she's from New York. So that was cool. Stuck in My Ways was cool. Dangerous should not have been on this album. I really that was another song that stuck out. It's a good song, but before Cold Hearted 2, it should not have been on this album. It was too smooth for its own good.
I get it. I mean,
because you already had 24/7 on there.
Yeah, but I get it because that was the one that really popped off on the EP. The label is always gonna ride with that.
Yeah.
So I don't necessarily know if that was 100% his decision versus
probably
Atlantic coming in and saying, "Hey,
put it on."
Just put it on.
Yeah. Don't go to put it on. Go back to jail, nigga.
I mean, because again, it's an Atlantic release.
Yeah.
Cardi B dropped Bodak Yellow last year. It was track number 4 on her album.
Yeah. So, I mean, but this one stuck out because it honestly didn't. That's just my nitpick. I'll talk about that.
It was out of place. I will say that much.
Now, track listing, it was out of place.
Yeah.
I figure it could have been earlier. It probably could have been played right after 24/7 or before it.
Yeah. But they've now been back to back. No pun intended. Cold Hearted 2, that was at first I was kind of Championship should have ended it, but Cold Hearted 2 was the perfect closure to it. Yeah. Especially how he was just, it was like what was Cold Hearted 1 on? Which one? Was it on a Gene Tracers mixtape, or was it on Wins and Losses, or?
Let's see.
We live, people. Still, even in the new office, we still live, motherfuckers.
They know we live. Yeah, it was on Dreams Worth More Than Money. That was when I had Diddy on it.
Oh damn! I've been listening to Dreams Worth More Than Money in a minute. So you say all that just to go back to track 6. Was it track 6?
5.
Yeah, see, because there's a reason why I wanted to talk about the rest of the album, because what Jay-Z did, just push the button. Any of them. I don't care. Yeah, you gotta let that bitch breathe. Let that bitch breathe. And then it's perfect, too. You gotta press the perfect button. You have to push that in a minute.
We haven't used that in a while. Can you press perfect one more time for me, please?
You haven't pushed that button a minute because there was no reason to. Because we kept saying it, and then all of a sudden you might as well add it on there. But this verse, but the song itself, it was called "What's Free." Boom. But it had the "What's Beef" sample, and apparently, from what Maul from Joe Budden again. It was supposed to be a Ross track that was supposed to be on Port of Miami, and I guess he just gave it to Meek. And then Hov heard that shit, and for whatever reason, if Rick Ross is on the track and Jay-Z hears it, Rick Ross and Jay-Z are undefeated for tracks together.
That's been known. It's been known.
But I'm just saying it for the people.
It's been known since the first Maybach music back in 2008.
Yeah, there's only 3 people that get Hov in his bag, his reasonable doubt bag. There's Ross, Jeezy, and Pusha. Those 3. Is there anybody else? Yeah, that's just those 3.
I'll throw a Kanye in there. If Kanye's producing. Oh yeah. And he's not really rapping. He's just playing the background. You can get that from him.
Yeah. So.
And depending on Beanie Siegel, which Beanie Siegel comes in the booth, Beans will get it out of him too.
And Just Blaze.
Well, no, because Blaze is a producer.
Oh, okay.
We're talking about rappers.
How he vibes off.
I say Kanye because even though Kanye would be bulk producing, he would still be adding his element as a rapper.
Yeah, to Hov's
whack.
Yeah. But yeah, what's his name? Ross did his thing on there when he kind of set that little shot to 6ix9ine or just the cops. Period.
Ross is funny, man. Ross will always spit fire, but he'll never spit fire on topic.
He's always off topic.
He's at the first 4 bars, it's like, wait, what do you say? And then after the first 4 bars, you like, nigga, you cold. Who gives a fuck, man? That's cold-hearted right there.
See, Meek was talking about.
Go ahead, do your thing.
Meek was talking about prison reform. Hov was talking about being a king at life and being free from these niggas. Ross,
he was like, I wouldn't sell you drugs or fuck you bitch if I knew you back then. And I was like,
what's that got to do with the okay?
Like at first I'm like, what the fuck? You're right. I see where you're coming from. I see how your outlook on life.
He didn't rap on talking on Devil's a New Dress. He didn't rap on Topic. What other raps? Just certain songs. Only time he rapped on Topic was on Monster, and that was for 4 bars. Because I bet you if he would have kept rapping, it would have been off topic. He would have been talking about the
Well, he had
beach.
No choice because his first words were, bitch, I'm a monster.
And then Kanye cut the rest. Okay, that's the only thing you're on topic? Okay, cut the rest. But Meek Mill, he spit his ass off. And then all of a sudden, when I was hearing, I was like, okay, Hov, what you got? And I was looking at the time, and I'm going like, there's a lot of space left. I'm like, oh, it's going to be one of those. And all of a sudden, Hov came in with that 444 flow. Just, so we get the, I want to play it, but I don't want.
Just talking, bro.
Just
in the land of the free where the blacks enslaved. 3/5 of a man, I believe's the phrase, and I'm just like, yo.
Uh-oh, I had to run it back.
Yo. Hold on.
Did you stop it? Did you have to stop it sometimes?
I pressed pause.
He pressed pause. He grabbed the Yankees cap, tilt that bitch to the side.
No, you had to get the Lakers cap. You had to do it.
Yeah, no. I had my hood on. I had to press pause. I had to put the car in park.
Oh, you were driving?
Yeah.
Oh,
I had to put the car in park, and I was like, hold up. Unfortunately, I was at a red light. And once I caught wind of everything, I tilted the hood just a little bit further. And then I went to the phone, because mine's on Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Scrolled back just a little bit, and I was like, run that shit back.
You run that? No, that was the first time I've ever done that on somebody's first. Like, okay, when he said, I'm 50% of Deuce and it's debt free, 100% of Ace of Spades worth half a B, Rock Nation half of that's my piece, 100% of title to boss it up with my G's. I was like, oh, hold up.
Yeah.
I paused it. I was like, okay, let me run that shit back.
Yeah.
Yo.
He's talking big money right there.
Money shit. And just that verse when he said know what happened, don't micro-imprint me and they separate you when you got micro-imprints DNA. I stopped it again, like, nigga.
Hey, I'm gonna be honest, I thought about y'all too.
Why? Oh, Michael
and Prince.
I thought about us too. Shit, I went back to Kanye.
Because he's a Michael fan.
No, that's back-to-back Prince and Michael references that they've done.
Back to back.
I think Prince and Mike was trying to warn me.
Michael and Prince, me and
So you know what that tells me? I'm looking at that like DX in 2006, where they just doing crotch chops just for no fucking reason for like 6 months, and then all of a sudden they end up back together against the fucking Spirit Squad. That's what I'm looking at, because
you're smart. You're smart.
I'm saying I'm just looking at little things. Because I didn't take that as a diss. Even though
I didn't take it as a diss either.
The bars afterwards, I'm like, that's not a diss. He's going at Trump now.
You caught that.
Yeah.
See, you smart.
I'm like, cause
everyone else is stupid.
Yeah, because when he's saying I'm not one of these house niggas that you bought, I'm like, Kanye ain't buying house niggas.
Well, we know who that nigga
like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Trump literally ran a campaign where he had shirts where it was saying, I'm a good one, in terms of black and brown. Like, they were, like, black and brown people were buying shirts that said, I'm a good one.
Wow.
Man, I'm looking at this bar. I'm reading this bar right now.
Ridiculous.
Suppose my niggas won't ever work together. You want to check up, but they never give you leverage. Like, my nigga, what? And then just this, like, it's like he was just. It got to the point where he was just like laid back, and it was just like when he said the what's it when the ha 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 part? Where's it at?
There's two of them.
The first one when he said like we started a fruit in the mouth.
When he's talking about Billboard.
The Billboard. Oh yeah, I people sold hit niggas with 360. I ain't got a billion streams. I got $1 billion.
Yeah.
Look up his net worth.
Yeah, that's a fucking shot right there. That goes to any all y'all fans out there.
Drake.
Who don't care about the quality of the product, but only. No, that's not Drake. That's Aubrey's Angels.
Aubrey's Angels. I just like saying Drake.
I know, man. I'm like, bro, you already got everybody thinking you hate Drake.
You hate him.
I know.
You should tweet it out more.
All right. Challenge accepted.
Just tweet it out more, and I'll retweet you, and I'll let them come after you. They'll still come after you.
Yeah, like just in case the listeners don't understand yet, $1 billion streams, $1 million streams is not the equivalent of
$1 billion.
The amount of dollars and the value that comes with it. So
I mean,
$1 million streams doesn't mean $1 million for the artist.
Hov's net worth is $550 million. His wife's net worth is $250. I know that because I fucking Googled it myself. You combine that's damn near almost $1 billion.
$750 million.
Like, nigga, what? And then when he says,
who else is really getting that close?
When he said,
Trey and Puff.
That's it.
Yeah.
But he said, they're gonna have to kill me, Grandma. I'm not they. When he said to this day, Grandma afraid of what I might say, they're gonna have to kill me, Grandma. I'm not their slave. Like when he said that, check out the bazaar. Oh, like.
Yeah, then when he flipped it, rapper style used by me, the HOV. I was like, because the whole time I'm listening to it, of course, it's the what's beef beef. The whole time I'm listening to it, I'm like, where's the reference? Where's the ref? There it is.
he listens to Big all the fucking time, so of course he's gonna fucking do that shit.
Yes.
Of course and then he's like, check out the episode. My hair free, carefree niggas ain't nair free. That's a double entendre. Yeah. I'm like, when I heard, I was like, oh my god. And he's just throwing shit at you. And then it got to the point when he's still going, like, oh, so you... And I was making this face and the scrunch face at the same time. Was that the same shit? This face and the scrunch face?
I mean, it is now. Fuck
Like, I was just like, oh. Like, the last time I did that was I heard M's look, not a light verse when I had that face. Hov made me do that face again. I was like, oh, he's still going.
Yeah.
He's still going.
I mean, he's still going. Like
when he says so, happy Thanksgiving.
Say sucker free, no shucking me. I don't jive turkey. Say happy Thanksgiving. Shit sound like a murder to me.
Nigga.
Like, dude.
Nigga, we just had Thanksgiving.
Are you really listening to what's going on?
Like, and then he said, lay a hand on hold my shooter, shoot for free. I promise World War III. Like, he's not lying. Do you know how powerful? No. The best line when you say "on God is off the head," it's improv, but it's no comedy. Sinai fell.
Yeah.
Hell nah. And I was like, Seinfeld, you motherfucking. And then he laughs. Even at the end of the verse, he just laughs. Like, I can't believe I'm this dope. Now, how many times did y'all run that verse back?
I got through the rest of the album.
No, but how many times before you got to the rest of the album?
No, I got through the rest of the album. I let it finish.
So here's what I did. I let the entire album play front to back. Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. And then I went straight back to number 5. I went straight back. I mean, dude. Like,
it was that type of verse.
Not even that. I skipped over everything just to get back to that verse because I wanted to hear it again.
No, I'm one of those.
Asshole.
I'm one of those ones where, to me, that was like the pencil scene in Dark Knight, where it was like, okay, cool, like, but I'm not gonna rewind it. Like, I want to get through.
I know what you're talking about. But
I want to get through to see what else is popping.
I guess that's a good analogy. I get you.
And then go through it. Like, I'm not one that just stops everything that I'm doing.
See, that verse took me aback because I wasn't expecting.
Right, but in saying that, I realized and I knew what I heard off the first jump.
Yeah,
like I was like, this isn't just verse of the year quality. This is like verse of the decade.
Easily. One of his best verses he's done.
That's crazy when you say easily to something. You know what I mean?
And the way it was on Meek's album. It could have been on his album. It could have been on Ross's album. He put it on Meek's because he knows everyone was gonna listen to that album. He knows he had something to say. And then I was thinking, I kept replaying it over and over, and I was like, I gotta get through this album. Then it got to the point when I go back and re-listen to the album, I have to sometimes skip over what's free for myself. Self-care. Just to get to the rest of it. Because I knew if I listened to Hov's verse again, I'm going to be stuck. And it's just like, okay, so then I started thinking to myself, this is like a gift. To me, it was a gift and a curse. Because then on Twitter, everyone was talking about Jay-Z and not Meek. Then it got to the point I had to ask, because does everyone really like Meek's album? Or y'all just love this verse? Not talking to y'all, because I know you guys are smart. You guys are smart. I'm talking to the stupid motherfuckers on Twitter sometimes. The ADD, narrow-minded ass motherfuckers, because they kept talking about how great Hov is and all the other shit. And I know he's great, but I was like, what the fuck? Jay-Z even had, and then the whole Kanye line, people had to go on. He had to go on Twitter, he had to dust off his fucking password and go on Twitter and clear up that line. Then said, Drake and Meek did get back together, and then that's when I started thinking about the sequencing of this album. Mm-hmm. And this goes back, in my opinion, this goes all the way back to Get Rich or Die Trying to me. This verse, because it damn near, in my opinion, almost blanketed. I mean, all the tracks were fire, but Hov's verse damn near blanketed the rest to me. Because it was that damn good. And it was like, to me, when it comes to sequencing, it was like Meek should have been the star. Hov just pulled some old fucking Jordan coming out of retirement just to fucking dunk on LeBron type of shit. like, and it was like, then it got to the point I was really listening to the album again, and I'm like, the songs are there. It was the sequencing just fucked it up for me. It really bugged me the fuck out. Because that should have either been the closer. What's Free should have been the closer, or it should have been towards the end. Because everyone should have heard what Meek was saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you can't put that record as the closer. You can't,
not the closer, but towards the end.
Even then, you can't put it so far towards the end where, because again, you're dealing with people, if they're, I don't want to call them that simple-minded, but if that's what the focus is on, as they're listening to this,
their focus was more on Drake and Meek.
Well, no, it's not even that. It's just, when people are focused on features and who's on there, they're not. You put it that late. Now they're kind of looking at the album tirelessly, like, okay, it's taking forever to get to that song. I want to get to that song. So then they're not even listening to what he's saying.
Yeah, I get it. I know what you mean.
You got to hit him right there to get it through. Because, let him go through with it. Because look at it. Was it 3 or 4 tracks later? It's the Drake track. Now we're out. We're out. Nobody's really looking at the features anymore.
Yeah. But I remember what was the next track after What's For You? Change the Game, right? Or Respect the Game. Because after you hear Ho's verse, next thing you hear is the fucking Dead President sample, and I was like, okay, that's great placement. That's great placement. And then the shit that Meek's talking about, it's kind of like he's responding to what Ho said. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's that, and then he's basically carrying the torch where it's like, I've matured. I'm grown now. I now understand. I was always listening to you, but now I fully understand exactly what you're saying. So now let me take the torch and then let me continue on.
See, and it got to the point with this album that I made my own version of it. I'll probably send you guys. I'll probably put it in the description, the link to it. My sequencing of the album, because it really bugged me the fuck out how it was sequenced. But on his interview with Elliot Wilson, he said he didn't care about streaming numbers. And he just and he recorded over 200 tracks for this album, and he only picked the 19 that he truly did like.
That's insane, man. 200 tracks.
I believe it.
You're in jail for 5.5 months.
No, I mean I get it.
Yeah,
I get it, but damn,
he stayed in that studio. You know how Meek is. Even before he went to jail, he lives in the studio. He has so much fire in that didn't even make.
But I mean, to be honest, it's not far fetched to believe Pac got out of jail and dropped another 300 songs.
Yeah. You feel me?
Like that's not that far fetched to think.
Yeah. So and he
200 for one album. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but he needed to get
the narrowing down process.
That had to suck.
Oh my god!
That
he even admitted with the interview. He's like, I listen to shit like 100, maybe 1,000 times before it even comes out. So I don't even know what the fuck's hot anymore. Yeah. Because once I put it out, then I
especially look at when you have
everybody's
so much
reactions to it, and that's how I know.
That's how I personally feel with Karina's shit. Because sometimes Karina's and Anonymous, they send me so much shit, and then they just sit on it. So then by the time they finally release it, and everyone's like, oh my god, I was like, I heard this shit already. So you guys, I was like, oh yeah, this is your first time hearing it. Duh.
Yeah.
So
no, I mean, I've been following Meek since the first Dream Chasers. Mm-hmm. So to me, the sequencing didn't bother me because if you've been following him for that long, you understand this is what he does.
Yeah.
Especially on Dream Chasers 2, which before this dropped, everybody was saying that was his
best project.
Unanimous best project. His unanimous best project. It's the same sequence. He's serious for the first 2 tracks, and all of a sudden, Amen pops up, and you're like, sounds different, but it works. And then it jumps into Burn or something like that. So then it dives all over the place.
I get you. I completely understand with that. But this was his first project out of jail, and for me, I was thinking he needs to think that. And he has so many deep cuts on this album. It's like he just constructed like an album, just for my personal sake.
I feel like he did construct it as an album.
I get what you mean.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's to me, it didn't matter. Like it was his first project out of jail. Like let's hear it.
Yeah, I get it. But it was just that whole.
It was anticipated anyways.
Right.
Yeah.
This is one of the rare occurrences where it's that anticipated and it lives up to the hype.
Oh yeah, because he came with this was in my opinion up there with Dream Chasers 2 as his best project. It was just I couldn't shake it off. It just could not shake off the sequencing for it. So it's in the description. I just made up my mind. So it's in the description for the podcast. Y'all can make up your minds if you like it. Either way, at the same time, this is by far his best project. It's probably in my top 10, probably top 20. Meek came with it.
Yeah, it's up there.
It's up there.
It for sure is up there.
Definitely.
It was sad that more music did drop that night. It was too much music. I was so focused on Meek.
A whole lot of fucking music.
It was unnecessarily top a lot of music, man.
We'll get into that later, but I want to go back to the interview a little bit more too, because I'm sitting there listening to it and watching it. And of course, he sounds so much more mature, having gone through that. Because the first thing I would expect him to be like, fuck the judge, fuck everybody. But he came out on a different hype, where it was like, I can't allow this to turn me. I can't go down that route. It happened, but he started telling stories about fellow inmates. And as he was saying that, all I kept thinking of was, wow, for a while you were sitting on this podcast saying he deserved to be there.
We did. We both said that.
And then I had to go back and think of, damn, I really bought into the system of, well, he shouldn't have violated his parole, rather than saying, well, what was the violation? Because and then that goes back to what he was saying too, when Black and Brown were taught to self-hate because he started explaining a black judge was the one that, I think I'm going to get some help. A black officer is the one that's saying I pointed a gun at him and he's on the stand crying.
I'm going to hate my own people.
Right.
Damn near.
So then I had to start thinking about it because it's like we're taught as black and brown, especially men, the rules aren't fair for you. You got to play by them. Mm-hmm. So whenever you hear a rapper violates parole probation, it's like, that's stupid. Why would you even put yourself in that position? But then when you actually start to break it down, he got thrown in there for riding a fucking bike.
And then he
didn't get into an accident. Yeah. He didn't hit anybody.
And
with
they
the bike.
threw the case out too in New York. They threw the case out too in New York. They were like, "Oh yeah, he did nothing wrong," but the judge heard about it. District attorney heard about it and said, "Bring his ass back home so I can sentence him. He violated. It's in the rules."
Right.
And when you see the lady too, when I finally saw the lady, I'm like, she does look weird.
ATV, bro.
Right. And so then I had to go back. So it's stuff like that where you then go in and you realize, and it sounds funny when you're like, oh, well, a rapper got you into prison reform, this and that. But really, Meek's case was the first time I had to evaluate what I believe and what I'm thinking. Mm-hmm. Because, again, the cards are already stacked against you. Why would you do something to do that? Rather than, wait a minute. Why am I focusing on that versus why the fuck is that even in a violation to begin with? He didn't do anything. Seriously. He wasn't drunk on it.
Yeah.
Wasn't like he was like T.I. getting bailed out and then riding around the fucking pills.
Right.
I remember
so you got that, and then
that was stupid.
Yeah, that was stupid.
And then again, when he's talking about the judge and the cop, the one that was crying on the stand, it then started getting into the game of like morals and morality, which then led me to two things I saw on social media, which was, I don't know if you guys saw 2 weeks ago, but that one of those look like bomb niggas. Like, the ones that, like, run up and trash shit or whatever. He runs up on the kid couldn't have been more than 9 years old.
I saw that shit, and he slapped him.
And he slaps him twice over a fucking candy bar.
They found that nigga, though.
What the fuck?
And so I'm looking at that, and I'm like...
They found that nigga, though.
So I'm looking at that, and I'm like, that's clearly for clout, which is stupid because he's going to get caught anyways. But then I go back and I think about the transgender girl who was using the bathroom in school.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And then all of a sudden they break in, and then who is it? Lo and behold, it's a black woman that barges in. Mm-hmm. And I'm looking at that like, just 40, 50 years ago, had that been a black kid in a whites only bathroom, that would have been the same exact thing. Shit. So I was like, so why would you, just the overall morality of it?
Yeah.
His case over the last year has made me start looking at that kind of stuff where it's like, for what?
Yeah.
Seriously, for what?
Nah, I get you.
Oh, yeah. It's crazy, and especially out the promo he's doing with his rollout for the album, how he's on CNN talking about prison reform.
It's amazing.
It's like, damn, this is night and day. It's like night and day how he is. It's like, and they call him the Menace to Society. Like, you see what this dude's doing? And he wrote that post in the New York Times too about prison reform too. And then I see that little clip of him in the suit, and I'm going like, look at you. It's like every time I see my boys grow up, I be like, Calvin got a job. That's what it is. Oh, Calvin got a job. That's
that stuck out. I'm glad you brought that up. That stuck out too because he was saying, why is it that black and brown we're menace to society when we're just products of our environment? Mm-hmm. Like you got a 12 to 15-year-old kid, mom strung out on drugs, baby sister, but he sees everybody else making money selling drugs. Mm-hmm. He can't get a job because he's underage. Like, how is he a menace to society?
Because he's black, y'all.
Yeah, exactly.
He's black, y'all. He's black and he black.
Yeah, seeing that, and then of course the CNN just. I'm happy for him.
Calvin got a job.
I'm happy in the position that he's in, the mind frame where he's at.
Just his maturity level all around, man. Like,
and I mean, even going back to, he was talking about the beef with Drake, how he was now they're able to laugh at it,
at this
because
shit.
Nobody was getting shot, nobody was so much so that he's talking about being on the double date with J and B.
That was hilarious.
With Nicki, and then all of a sudden Jay's running the playlist, and all of a sudden Back to Back comes on, and then all three of them kind of look at him, and he's like, yeah, so I'm gonna go take a shit. I'll be back.
They said I saw a tweet that said, if you know Jay-Z, you know his sense of humor. He did that shit on purpose. Hov said, hey, Hov has I remember he said he has a very dry sense of humor. I'm like, oh, he's like, and then when I hear him talk sometimes, like, oh, he low key like me. That's how I am.
I mean, they did that shit to the point where he had to come back on Twitter. Like,
see, Drake scared him off of Twitter. That's the one thing I liked about that beef. When he said trigger fingers turn to Twitter fingers, I was like, trigger fingers turn to Twitter fingers and shit. He never came out. He just left the Z, and that's the last time we saw Meek on Twitter. He'll show up every once in a while to promote his shit.
Yeah.
But Drake literally scared him off Twitter. Then he went to Instagram. Instagram is kind of low-key addicting, though. If you're really off to it. But, again, a round of applause for Meek Mill and Championships. That's a great album to end the year off.
It was
a great album then.
That was basically I listened to some other stuff.
Yeah, that was it.
Just as the weekend kind of finished up, but that was the main focus, obviously.
I was focused on a few other albums came out. Alessia Cara dropped her album, the Growing album and shit. That's a real good album. You also listen to that. And DaniLeigh, my little baby, she dropped her shit called The Plan. Yeah. That was good.
Little baby drop Street
Actually,
Little Baby. That shit
was cool. I liked it. It was cool.
I didn't listen to I said, I was more focused.
He had a good run in 2018, man. He had the Harder Than Ever. That was Harder Than Ever 2.
Something.
Then he had the first one, and then he dropped the joint with Gunna.
Yeah.
I like that.
And they're still on the charts too.
Right.
They're still on the charts. Tough.
Yeah. Trey Songz came out of nowhere and dropped 2 joints.
Did you listen to that?
Yeah.
How was it?
He should have combined. There were 10 joints each, so 20 tracks total. I'd say 12 tracks, and that would have been great. Because on the first joint, it was more so R&B solo. He only had, I think, a feature or 2.
Who was the feature?
One was Ty Dolla $ign.
Well, of course.
And out of that, out of those 10,
does that really surprise you?
Right? That's like from Street Fighter. Of course.
Out of those 10, I would have taken 8. Like that's how good that side was. I was like, okay.
Is it like vintage
cool.
Trey songs?
I wouldn't say vintage, but it was close.
Okay.
There was definitely some ones that stood out, and then you got to the second one. It was just I don't really care about the features, but it just everything like some features just didn't go.
Who was featured on
OT Genesis,
nope.
PNB Rock.
Nope. Oh yeah, PNB Rock is cool. He's cool.
Chris Brown and Fab were on that one.
Chris Brown and Fab, damn.
Yeah,
Fab.
That was the 28 side. So one was titled 11, the other one was titled 28, which of course November 28th is when he dropped both of them.
Oh, it was his birthday.
Right. 2 Chainz again.
Damn.
2 Chainz undefeated on features this year.
2 Chainz.
Ty Dolla $ign's undefeated on features. Well, no, he was bad on the fucking.
Well, not PNB Rock. I'm sorry. That was Jeremiah.
Oh, it's even better. Jeremiah's got undefeated. Ty Dolla.
But see, the joint that was on here, top 10. I felt like that should have been on My Ty. Like it should have featured
was Hitmaker
Trey on that.
Did Maker? Oh, so he produced it too. Trey Songz probably took that shit.
Yeah,
it's my shit.
Wouldn't doubt it.
But you said you were A on OT Genesis. That was actually one.
No, I just said I didn't listen to it. I'm just A.
But I'm saying like you were just like but that was actually one of the ones I would have kept because that was him and Shy Glizzy on that one.
No, the reason why I said I'm talking about him. I didn't listen to it. I'm just saying as an artist.
No, that's what I was saying.
Oh,
you're saying him as an artist, but I was like that was actually one of the ones I would have kept.
Oh, okay.
But that was the thing too. Is just
so much music.
No. So he's like, okay, these albums dropped, and then he's like, well, it's funny because these are just mixtapes, and I'm like,
don't do that.
Like this is why I'm just calling them projects now because I mean, good music.
Mixtapes are dead.
Good music's calling them albums, and even though I've changed up how I view projects now, I'm still looking at it like. Still a fucking EP, man. At the end of the day, those are EPs.
Yeah.
But it is what it is because I'm calling them projects these days.
Now, mixtapes are dead. That's what it is now. Yeah. Mixtapes are officially dead.
Victor Oladipo, man.
I've heard about
Victor Oladipo got some bops, man. I was cool with the first joint he dropped earlier this year or at the end of last year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This one's another 7-8 tracks or whatever, and I was like,
okay, T'Challa.
Yeah, pretty much. It was like, I want to like you, but you could potentially hit a game winner against the Lakers. So I'm just gonna leave it there. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's one of those. But he had PNB Rock. The song with Trey Songz on his joint was something where I was like, Trey Songz should have fought him to put that on one of his joints. That was a fucking standout that I wasn't expecting. Like that was dope. And Victor Oladipo, he can sing.
So who did drop the better project, Lonzo or Victor?
Oladipo.
Oh man, that's not fair, bro.
No, it is fair. Oladipo dropped.
No, because he was really like for Lonzo when his shit dropped like earlier.
I wasn't for it. I said it was a cool little mixtape to drop because he dropped the same weekend as
Project.
No, that was a mixtape. He said
it was on. He said it was a mixtape.
Yeah,
it's Project, bro. You said just call it projects.
It is what it doesn't matter.
What albums dropped? Hello, too much.
But then I finally went back and listened to that. Problems was dope. Yeah,
Problems.
Oh, that's what I got. I'm talk about Problem. I know what I'm gonna talk about next.
One track because there was one track that obviously stuck out to me in more ways than one. It's called Thangs. Between Wiz Khalifa and I Am Sue.
Mm-hmm. Fire. Okay.
Perfect way to come back from About Me. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Brought up those good vibes About Me.
It sampled 5 on it, but instead of slowing it down or they sped that shit up, it was playing double. That shit was dope, dude. Okay. I was like, I was impressed overall.
Okay. Problem always comes with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this whole album, like he came with a chip on it.
Yeah, chip on the shoulder.
This one I was talking about.
You were telling me about that, yeah.
It's Selfish too.
Oh, so another album I revisited after, because we talked about it last week, was Mr. Tekashi 6ix9ine, Dummy Boy, right? JC said he listened to the leak or whatever, so I was like, okay, I'm not illegally gonna download this shit. I'm just gonna wait till Apple Music. Well, I guess his label just said, you know what, we're just gonna drop the shit on a Tuesday. And I was just like, you know what, I'm always curious, not just like, I'm always curious about a certain artist, no matter how much I don't like the person. I did this earlier this year with his first time. What was it? Day 69? When we,
whatever it was,
when we did the shit for his, and it didn't impress me. Me and JC had a good laugh out of it.
Did we ever?
Oh yes, stomp a nigga out, stomp him in the mouth, stomp him in the mouth. But I was just like, I'm gonna go listen to this shit. So I was expecting something a lot different, because you told me it was like, you could tell it's industry. Mm-hmm. So stupid. I was like, whatever. Then Fifi, but then
they were all one title, two title,
TikTok, Kiki, Mama, Waka.
They got all kinds of stupid ass names, bro. Like when I seen that shit, I was like, I'm not gonna listen. But
every time I went back to the titles, I kept thinking of the interview where he's like, I don't even really be trying this shit. Like, what the fuck's Fifi? Like Fifi?
Oh yeah.
When I was going through the titles, so I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Mm-hmm. He didn't try.
He didn't care. No, he did.
Man,
but
I don't try to listen to him.
I know you don't. That's why I do that. Busby does that, so hopefully you don't. Oh, I don't have to do that. Word to Hove. But honestly,
somewhere along those lines,
he is stupid for going to jail, because he had hits on this shit. I'm just gonna TikTok with it. Kiki was a hit with Tory Lanez, which was funny because besides Fifi, he did not say it's fucking Treyway. They edited that shit out.
Yeah, they did, because on the leaked version, he's saying Treyway all over.
And then on this version, on the Tory Lanez thing, it's fucking you can't say that? Oh, okay, well, we're gonna say something else. He said, and then there's another part where he's like, it's fucking, and then it edits, and then you hear him, and then you say, hey, chill, dude, you can't say that. So it's like they'll try to make sure you have no affiliation with these niggas no more.
Which explains why it didn't drop its original day.
Yeah, because they had to edit that shit out.
Yeah.
Mama with Kanye and Nicki, that is a hit. I was like, I can't refute it. Walker with A Boogie's a hit. Bebe with what's his name? That was on Meek's Anae. The one on
Annual A.
He's on two of them. BB or Baby and fucking whatever it's called. Because one of them was playing at the club, and I'm looking up at it, and I was just shaking my head because it was a hit. Females were dancing, and I was looking at the video. I was like, you stupid. And even the bouncer was looking at me like, oh, what's wrong? Because they know me. I go there a lot. And they're like, oh, what's wrong? And I pointed up at the screen. I was like, that nigga's stupid. Bouncer looked up. He was like, yeah, what can you do? That's what, because he ended up in Conga. What the fuck? That's what it's called? The one with Kanye. That's a hit too, even though it's just noise. But I could just sense it was a hit. And it was just like, he would have easily had the #1 album in the country if they would have released it on time.
Yeah.
And it's a damn shame. He would have talked so much shit. These were hits. Oh well, that's all I had to say about that shit.
Yeah,
stupid.
Yeah, and then I got pretty much I want to say cussed out, but Rissa was like, "Don't be bad mouthing Mariah Carey. It's a Christian home." And I was like, "Yeah, but that album still ain't it." And she goes, "What do you mean?" And then I played her the first track.
What's wrong? So what's wrong with this album, bro? You didn't want to tell it.
How about you get the fuck out?
Oh yeah, that was a single. You didn't see that meme going on? You thought that was just a meme, huh?
No, I never saw the meme to begin with.
Oh, I saw that shit.
I'm just listening to it and listening to production. And I'm like, I want to hear that shit from Mariah Carey.
Did you listen to the whole album? Or you just cut it off?
Yeah, listen to the whole album. And as I'm going through, I'm like, all right, that's decent. That's all right. I don't want to hear this shit from Mariah Carey.
That's how I felt about Usher.
If you were going to do another album, go ahead and make a Christmas album. I wouldn't have listened to it, but at least it would have been in your lane.
Right.
Like all these old ass singers still trying to do, Usher included.
Man.
all these, but I mean, with him, I wasn't really, because we kind of called that just 2 weeks in advance, and then it dropped, so there was no anticipation.
We predicted it.
Yeah.
Well, we summoned it, and
we
then
spoke it into the universe.
And then
Mariah Carey, we had known she was dropping this album for a while.
Yeah.
So it's kind of one of those things.
People were saying it was low key decent. She had some boppers from what I've heard. Now,
there's some music that's upbeat, some music that'll, it's not gonna stand the test of time though.
Old school Mariah, like early 90s Mariah, man, hits.
And then Larissa was like, you just want her to sing anti-music. And I was like, no, I just want her to sing something that's in her lane that's good.
Her last good album was the one that came out in 06, 07? Emancipation of the one that JD did.
Emancipation of Mimi, but then EM Squared was pretty good too. That was one where Dream primarily produced it. Yeah,
that was, but the one with that Jermaine Dupri did, that was, man, great. Other than that, man, I'm done with 2018. When it comes to albums, I'm done now.
I've been done, man.
So no matter what comes out, we'll probably do like some shit. We ain't doing no in-depth shit. Except if someone really wants to be an asshole.
Nope, I'm done.
No. I'm saying in depth. No, when I say someone being, I'm just gonna be like, man, fuck you.
Like that's what we'll tweet out. Fuck it.
Nah, the show next week's the Illies.
I know. Don't tell the people. We'll let them know. But I'm just saying.
We've been letting them know. What are you talking about?
I'm just.
All I'm saying is that I don't care who the fuck drops. It could be Kanye.
I know.
I ain't talking about that damn album.
I'm done. I'm done. After this, I'm done. I don't care no more. Offset. Everyone. Offset. 21
I mean, don't get me wrong. I care, but this will be long gone by then.
We'll be gone, man. We're going on holidays and shit.
But no, there's definitely. At times I felt overwhelmed with the amount of music, but now that I know how this is transpiring, I've caught it and now I'm ready for it in 2019. I think that was the thing where it was 2017 it was still a structure of music dropping. So there were really only like a handful of artists that would just drop out of nowhere. This year was just a fucking free
clusterfuck.
It was just mad.
Where it was like a week before. I'm dropping next week. And I was like, oh fuck, okay, well, all right.
Or Travis, I'm coming out on Friday. Like,
right.
You know, like,
Monday, Travis literally came out of nowhere. He just dropped the trailer. Oh, I'm dropping Friday. What? Fuck. J. Cole. Oh, I'm dropping on Friday. What? Oh, okay. Oh, I'm dropping. Not only am I dropping in 2 weeks. Everybody on my label's dropping, including Nas and this motherfucker. Drake, I'm dropping this day. Everybody just, it's like Oprah. You're dropping an album. You're dropping an album. Everybody's dropping an album.
Oh, God.
I swear to God, man.
This has been insane, man.
The only album that made sense to drop was Cardi's. She dropped at literally the right time in April.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Literally.
Her Nipsey dropped at the perfect time.
Nipsey dropped at the perfect time. Cardi dropped at the perfect time. Trying to think, someone
Push leading off those good releases was the perfect time because after that, nothing was
the same. No pun intended.
Yeah,
everybody, and after that, it was just a free for all from June to now. Yeah. It was a free for all. Yeah. Next year, there needs to be some type of way where everyone just some way they could just string it out or something. Everyone cannot drop on Fridays no more.
Yeah, it would help so much if the fucking industry was like, yeah, we fucked up on Fridays, we're going back to Tuesdays.
That would work.
Seriously.
Like, that would help so much.
That would help so much for us. Please, people. Please. Yeah. Please.
Seriously.
Now, the only person who randomly dropped that I'm happy was Eminem.
Oh, side note.
What?
The Black Thought EP.
Did you listen to that?
Yes.
How was it?
He's spitting his ass off again.
Of course he is.
That's what Black Thought does.
That's the thing and that's what sucks.
I mean, I know that's like saying water's wet.
Yeah, water's wet.
I get it.
Exactly.
But it needs to be
but that's
once again.
That's what sucks about all the music dropping is that I literally forgot Black Thought dropped. It's like it's too, and it's not just it's getting dropped with bad music. It's quality music,
right?
Music that you really have to sit with. Because back in the day, man, remember when albums would drop and then you had to wait like a month or 2 months for the next batch, and you had to actually sit with albums,
or at least a week. You at least had a week in between.
Or when albums used to leak.
At the very minimum.
We talked about before when they leak out. You had like 2 or 3 weeks just to really process it before the release date.
They would leak. You have to have RAR opener.
Raw, you taking that shit back.
You have to have .rar opener.
Right. That's taking it back to unzip it. Now the shit's built into your damn computer now, man.
Yeah, Mac was like, nah, don't worry about that.
We unzip the shit for you.
Don't trip. It's a folder now.
Yeah,
how do you like that?
We don't need you wasting money on that app. We need you to buy the next iPhone, the Apple Watch. Here, this is on us.
We'll unzip the panties for you.
Exactly.
Zip.
Oh. Also, man, there was
See what I mean?
There was so much music. Yeah. I didn't even get to listen to The Boy or Rex Live Raj, and you know how I am with Bay Area shit. It's like,
yeah, Rex Live Raj is on
I need to get on
he's on my
those,
list
man.
this week.
But I'm saying, like, there was just so much shit.
It's unnecessary.
Like I said,
there's no possible way anyone can listen to all the music that drops this year.
That's why at this point, when we're doing our lists, it's not even top anymore. It's our favorites.
Yeah.
Because last year
there's no way to go through everything that needed to go through.
Seriously, because last year Kendrick, the only reason why is Kendrick was hibernating. That's even though he dropped the Black Panther soundtrack.
I wouldn't even say that because I don't even think he would have been able to slow down what the hell was going on this year.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
He'll figure out a way.
I don't know.
Next year, it's been 2 years. It'll be 2 years next year, right?
But see, the difference with Kendrick,
I'm ready, bro.
The difference with Kendrick is that they're likely just going to announce it, which means everybody's going to step the fuck away from him.
You see, we're talking about it, right?
Know.
We're talking about it. You know what happens when we talk about shit.
Which called To Pimp a Butterfly, it didn't necessarily have an announcement date.
It did.
Yeah, it did.
It dropped. It got leaked. iTunes dropped it early, so they had to drop it early. Right. They had a release date. It was March 20th.
Mm-hmm. But it came out a week in advance.
16th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And accidentally, someone accidentally pushed the button.
And then remember, he came out with The Heart 4. And then he initially said April 7th, so everybody went crazy then.
I hated Top Dog for that.
Right.
I hated Top Dog for that. I was so pumped.
So I was pissed, man.
Like, I want another week? Another damn week?
Son of a bitch.
Nah, TDE is good at announcing when they're going to do it.
You're right. I didn't think about that, but you're right.
Right. So, no, but that's what I'm saying. Like, with Kendrick, I really don't count that because he's one of the artists that when he drops, people step the fuck away.
He's that monster,
right?
The three-headed monster.
Had people known that Everything Is Love was gonna drop, I guarantee some of those albums would not have come out that week.
Oh no, they wouldn't. But anyway, like I was but after that, when Everything Is Love, but that kind of worked because it was title exclusive.
Yeah,
it didn't really hurt. I mean, honestly, it didn't sell that much at all. Which is still, when you think about Everything Is Love, man, all they did was tour. They dropped the album. All they did was one video. That was it. They didn't really care about that shit. They really didn't care about it. Some of y'all wanted to hear this.
I think that was more of like a passion project for them. You know
that
what I mean?
too.
Just to put something out that they did together.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Just to say they did it.
Yeah, exactly.
Just to say they did it.
That was their chapter to close.
Yeah. And so much of it. Next year, and then since we talk about Kendrick now, we put it in the universe. Well, Schoolboy Q still has to drop.
Q and Isaiah Rashad, I'm expecting to drop before Kendrick does.
Yeah.
Ab-Soul as well. Like,
we've been saying that for Ab-Soul for how many years?
Maybe even Reason, though, because he was saying that he's got something coming.
Well, he said he wants to drop something in the first quarter. So I'm expecting TDE to get to Kendrick.
TDE.
Like, maybe they're allowed, because I know Q that's anticipated.
Oh,
he was anticipated this year, but the passing of Mac Miller
and other stuff,
and some other stuff going on, he was like, I'm not in the right mind frame, and he pushed this back.
That's why Reason dropped. Right. Probably. Yeah. So,
and speaking of Kendrick, I'm thinking they're gonna allow the artist to build up to him.
That'd be tight.
Yeah.
You know what?
That would be a dope ass rollout
for sure.
You don't know what Kendrick, man. That's what I love. It's just Kendrick can take as much time as he can. That's all I care about. You take as much time. I do not care when you come out.
But see, that's the thing. It's time. I saw a bunch of motherfuckers, little Uzi nuts and stands.
Yeah, they were like that.
They were cussing. No.
Oh,
they were cussing his ass out on Instagram and shit because he didn't release the latest project. And I'm like, nigga, didn't he just drop a fucking album last year?
Yep.
And so then I'm looking at all this shit and I'm like, bruh, I remember there was a time where 2 years minimum.
Yeah.
We had to wait for the artist, and we were cool with it.
Mm-hmm.
I got motherfuckers was bitching and complaining about something that just came out 11 months ago.
2001.
Yeah.
From The Chronic, you know what I'm saying? Like, just the time frame in between those two projects. Then to Compton. Like, bruh.
Literally three different time zones.
Yeah.
Like, literally.
Niggas are just raised.
Time frames, I should say.
Niggas are just raised different, man. That's all.
Generations even.
Yeah.
We're just different. We're old. That's what it is. We're real old. It's a different era.
I've officially reached the get off my lawn phase in my life. I've officially reached that point where there's certain music I don't want to test out.
Me neither.
Yeah.
I like what I like. I like how I like it. Mm-hmm. I'll get to it if I feel like it's something like Lil Baby. Initially, I wasn't really one to jump.
Right.
But after hearing the first two projects, I jumped at this latest one this past weekend.
Yeah.
I liked what I heard. So, I mean, it takes a while. Right. I'm not going to jump at everything. I'm not going to try to attempt to jump on everything. That's why I said next year I know how to do this now.
We all know how to do that. When the Oladipo dropped, I told you, black ass. I do not want to listen to this shit. I'm on that get off my lawn.
I still would have made you listen. I probably would have just waited until later in the week. And I'm like, don't worry about this show, but next show, let's at least hear what they gotta say.
Let's see. I'm staring at you right now.
Yeah. Peekaboo, 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 peekaboo.
Nigga, I lost my mind with that shit. That was one of those times I wanted to walk to your house. Not even call an Uber. Just walk.
And say what you want. Migos was fire on that shit.
That's a long ass walk. Shit.
Yeah, piss myself off. Speaking of pissing myself off, Marshall Mathers. He couldn't just. He just couldn't just shut up, Kenny. So I defend him to the death.
Yep.
To this day.
Go ahead and defend him.
No, I liked it. That's it.
No, okay.
Well,
You liked it.
that's it. I got nothing to say.
No. Well, so that means you can't say anything. In
I mean,
support.
so this is what happened.
That's what it sounds like.
This is what happened. So the Body movie came out, and I guess M fans were expecting a soundtrack. I think a soundtrack is still coming, but I don't know why he's sitting on it. Maybe it's trash, or maybe he's thinking this is 2002 still. I don't know. So
Something you can't defend.
some I can't defend. Yeah, you're right. So I guess he decided to do a 10-minute freestyle, and I'm like, oh, okay. So logically, I'm thinking he's gonna have Alchemist. He's gonna have a beat. I'm thinking of his Tim Westwood days when he's just freestyling and shit. No, you see fucking an empty. He's in the shelter in Detroit, and I guess the movie really inspired him because he executive produced it, and he wants to be in a battle mode. So you see fucking Royce just sitting there. There you go. Go ahead and spit that lyrical miracle. And I'm just like, okay, there's no beat. And then he starts rapping, and I'm like, oh no, you're doing acapella. Okay. M is not the rapper to rap over acapella beats. He can't be acapella. I know, right? I deserve that.
Yeah.
But he can't rap. He can't do that shit. So I'm just watching him, and then the way he's moving, and it's like, nigga, why are you moving this way? What the fuck are you doing? And then I'm listening to the raps. I'm like, raps are cool. Like in the words of fucking Martin, that's cool. I mean, you rapping, but it's just like there's no beat, and then it's just like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I liked it. That's all I said. There's no, and then I'm looking on Twitter, and Twitter is just roasting him.
How could you not? Like
Roasting him, and
he served it on a
roasting
fucking
him.
silver platter.
And I just sat there. It was one of those moments. You don't fuck with that. I was listening to it got to the point. I only listened to it. I didn't look at it at first because I was just doing stuff. Then when I sat back and I rewatched it, I'm like, what are you doing?
He basically served that on fucking Kamikaze.
What do you mean, start out on Kamikaze?
Like, you know, people were already had their opinions on it.
Yeah.
And then it was like, we weren't even thinking about M.
We weren't.
And all of a sudden he comes back and he just, oh yeah, remember how you trashed the album? Well, here's some more. Here, take it.
Give me energy so I can rap normal again.
And I'm like, bruh.
Because he wasn't rapping normal.
You know what? Maybe that was the bait.
That's what I was thinking.
I don't know
what I mean?
because the sad thing of it was there were actually bars on there.
That's what I'm saying.
Like he was actually spitting, but I'm just watching it and there's things I'm taking away from it. Number one, why the fuck are you claiming rap god but you still doing this shit? Like you don't have to prove to us that you could rap still.
Yeah.
You don't have to do that, man.
I know.
Yeah.
And then that led me back to the Joe Budden podcast when he's like, that's why I kept telling them I don't want to keep doing these fucking ciphers. Like they're just gonna know us for that. And then I'm watching that and I'm like, Joe, you got a point. Like,
Then he said,
probably would have had his ass doing it to promo his fucking podcast.
Then you see fucking, hey, that would be dope. I want to hear Joe rap again.
No.
I do.
He's
No.
done.
No. Personally. If he was still, because when Joe first started, he was still an active rapper. Just personally.
Right.
But now I get it. I know why.
He's not active rapper.
No, but the other part that was funny was just seeing Royce sitting on the sideline with his feet dangling. And I'm like, Royce,
his feet was dangling because he had fucking headphones in. Like, okay, I'm gonna listen to my shit now. So you could tell his feet dangling wasn't on the rhythm of M's. It was on
M
something
wasn't
else.
on no rhythm, man.
Probably listening
I
to
was gonna
championships.
say that shit, man.
Rhythm
Rhythm was all over the place. Like, what the fuck?
I mean, it took me to point out at
The
a certain
fucking
point
napkins.
it sounded like he was rapping over fucking Venom.
Yeah, then I had to play the Venom song, and I'm like, he is rapping on that. Oh my god.
Like, the nigga was just all over the place. So, yeah, that was number one. It was like that. Number two, it went, another difference between J and M.
Nope.
The same weekend.
Yeah, that's what pissed me off. Because everyone was talking about it, and I wanted to shake the table just to be that asshole. But I'm going to chill. I'm too tired. Man, I'm so glad I didn't shake that table. I didn't want to fucking defend it.
You would have had to eat Thanksgiving on that table.
Yeah, I would have to eat that shit.
Yeah.
I had to eat that shit.
Yeah.
I would have been proud to eat that shit.
I'm looking at it, I'm like, that's the difference.
Nasty.
I know.
again, that's just difference. One's pushing 50, and we're wondering how the fuck is he still able to do this. Another one, I think, is just passing 45.
So here's the thing.
And I'm like, why are you still doing this?
So here's the thing.
Yeah.
When I made the scrunchy face, like the Thiz face when I heard Hove, I said, when I heard his Look Alive verse, is it Look Alive? Well, Not Alike. His Not Alike verse, and I'm hearing how he's rapping on that one, I was just like, that's how you should rap. Just keep rapping that way. On beat, just like that. And I made the scrunch face like, yes, are you supposed to do it? And then
with that Jill Scott.
That's what the fuck I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Explosion. This is what I'm talking about. And then I hear Hove. And I'm like, oh, this is what I'm talking about. Push it again. Push it. There you go. I made that face at the same time. Like I made it at the same. And I was like, this is why both M and Hove are equally. They're like honestly, in my viewpoint, they're like Eminem. They're not Eminem. They're like Stone Cold and The Rock. And no, but equally as popular.
I wish people could see it because I'm giving them that Shannon Sharp, the scrunched up mouth face. Just
no, equally as popular. No, to me they are.
I don't know.
No, and they're even similar too in a way because like Rock, just like Hove, they've transcended beyond wrestling, beyond everything they've ever accomplished and shit. They're like the most richest artists. They've done things that paved the way for people.
From that perspective, now the analogy makes
Now I'm trying to
sense.
explain it before you shake your motherfucking head at me. Austin, he's more secluded. He has his podcast. He's chilling. And you know when it comes to Austin, he's like Mr. Don't Give. He's literally Mr. Don't Give. He don't give a fuck about nothing. People tell him to come out of retirement. He's like Draymond, just like press it, motherfucker. No. You know? And just their attitude, like Austin and M's attitude, they're secluded and shit. But the only difference between Austin and M, Austin really don't give a fuck what anyone has to say. M, as I hate to admit it, he is insecure and he really does give a fuck. He stays on the internet and he sees everything. This probably is going to give him more drive to drop a Kamikaze 2, like Paul said.
But see, that's where I was going at with the third point, which is M, while I still am holding on to him in my top 5, he's proving as time goes on that not only is he is a rapper that relies on a gimmick, he's a rapper that relies on one emotion.
What emotion is that?
He has to be angry to get it out of him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with that one. Yeah.
And all of the other rappers where I've talked about, they can go and dive off of different emotions. Like, that's something I can't help but pay attention to.
I'll get you.
Like, when it comes to that, he's the weakest one out of that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't get me wrong, like,
I mean, if he's pissed, then he's great. But
right, but if he's not giving you anything.
He should just, and then that's why I always say, Marshmallow's LP2 should have been it. That should have been the last album he dropped. Because it summed up everything. It was like them sequels. It was like them shows that you wrap everything up in a nice bow. And that's it.
It furthers my stance.
Look at us talking about him again on the podcast before last. Didn't we do this last year?
Yeah, but that was your fault for doing that.
Man, shut up.
You wanted to do that, and not me.
Because I really wanted to talk about that fucking album. And it pissed me off. But he came through, so fuck you again.
Yeah. So...
nice freestyle.
Yeah.
No, the album. I'm talking about the album. Okay. I ain't defending this.
Okay. That was weeks ago, motherfucker.
Exactly.
What'd you say?
I said that was weeks ago, motherfucker.
I'll defend Kamikaze to the death. To this day.
That's cool.
Back to what I was saying.
That's cool.
What the hell was I saying?
Oh, yeah, he's the weakest one.
Yeah, so he's...
Fuck you.
Again, like, I'm paying attention to stuff like that. Like, I can't help but notice that.
I get you. That's cool. But
hey, man,
there was something else I wanted to say. There was something else I wanted to say, but I lost it.
I'm sorry. But
I'm about to put a patent on that school because you should not be using that shit. Using it out of context.
But personally to me, he's still in my top 5. He's giving me what I wanted. And even then on Comic Con, he gives me what I want.
Now I remember.
Now what?
So that's the other point, which was he came and he dropped at the right time. Because let's evaluate it.
Well, he would have been eaten alive in this era.
Well, it's not only that. He came out in a time where he was essentially the troll behind the mic.
Mm-hmm.
In today's climate, the trolls are behind the keyboard.
Yep.
And they're a dime a dozen.
Literally.
He literally came at the right time because
he literally birthed them.
The effect wouldn't be the same because we're used to trolls now. And he came at a time we weren't used to that.
And he's also very, very just stubborn. He doesn't want to adapt. Hove adapted.
Right.
He adapted to the newcomers. He accepted them. M doesn't want to adapt to that. He is like the old grumpy ass rapper now. Yeah. That's what he is now. He does, and he has every right to feel that way when he hears the raps out now because he has an old school mind frame. He's like, "The fuck is this shit, man?" He has that face I have when I listen to some of these niggas now. It's like, "Fuck you, niggas."
No, I don't fault him for that. I agree with him on that standpoint. It's just he goes overkill and overboard on the other side. It's like too far, motherfucker.
This is why I wish Proof.
Too far.
This is why I wish Proof was still alive because he probably would have told him this shit. But that's a whole other topic. So on that, I'm just gonna pretend that shit didn't happen. Kamikaze still album of the year.
Well, how do you pretend it didn't happen? You said
it didn't happen. I forgot what we talking about. Next subject.
You full of shit. Anyway,
like I don't know what motherfucker, because the devil is alive.
The white devil's alive. But I don't know what we talked about earlier. I just got neuralized right now. Happened in the speed of light too.
While you're getting neuralized, college playoff football. That's all set in stone now.
Guess who's number one?
Yeah, guess who? And guess who allowed them to be number one once again?
Who?
A team from Georgia.
Georgia?
Oh my god.
Georgia, you cannot hold a lead in no big time games.
Nah.
What the hell?
How much, you want to know this one? They were up by 14. University of Georgia was up by 14, I think, going into the third or fourth quarter.
What was the score?
35-28.
Okay, well. It wasn't like it was 20.
So that means they scored 21 unanswered to end the game.
That's fucking horrible. And it wasn't a backup?
Well, if you consider Hearns a backup. Because remember, they went with the other cat, the one that won it last year?
Yeah, Samoan.
Yeah, they ran with him, but he got hurt. So they had to bring Hearns in, or Hurts in, whatever his last name is.
And wait, that's the dude that was there before? With the dreads and shit?
That's why I don't count. Yeah, he cut his hair now.
Oh, yeah.
I don't count that. They got 2 starting quarterbacks on the fucking team.
Yeah, you right.
So, yeah, but the fact remains that...
But he technically was the number 2 quarterback in the game.
So, of course, social media, they got their jokes off, and they ran with Austin Powers. I'll call him Mini-Me. And they put a picture of the Falcons on Dr. Evil, and then they put a logo of Georgia on Mini-Me.
That's fucking hilarious.
I saw that shit.
They just had to take it. But yes, Alabama finished number 1. They're going to be going up against number 4 Oklahoma in the Orange Bowl. That's going to be in Miami.
Nice.
And then Clemson is number 2. They, of course, won the ACC. They're going to be going against Notre Dame. I didn't think Notre Dame was going to hold on and stick, but Notre Dame's number 3. And that's going to be at the Cotton Bowl in Dallas. Both these are going to start December 29th. And then the teams that are on the outs, so you had... Which one? The Peach Bowl. So Michigan was number 7. They're going to be playing the same day. They're just going to be the first game that starts off. They're going up against Florida in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, the new one in Atlanta.
Nice.
And then you got the New Year's 6, which, of course, that's New Year's Day where everybody's like, I ain't doing shit.
Yeah,
exactly. For watching college
But
football.
everyone's going to be hungover anyway. So.
Right, and it starts at the perfect time. You start healing from the hangover, you're ready to go.
That's what they should call New Year's Day, man. Just hangover day. That's what it is. That's literally what it is.
New hangover
day. New Year's Day don't start until the day after.
Right.
No.
So I think
on the second.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think Georgia was number 3 going into the championship game. They ended up dropping to number 5. So they're going up against Texas in the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. So that, of course, is in New Orleans.
Rose Bowl, Ohio State was number 6. They're going against Washington. Pasadena.
Of course, the Georgia-Texas games, that's the Sugar Bowl.
Oh, so Michigan going. Harbaugh and them going, huh? Yes, I might watch that. So I can be happy and sad. He's going to blow it.
He's going to fuck it up.
Yeah,
that's what he always does.
From the looks of it.
Like, I wasn't here last week. Hold on, I got to touch on that shit. Because I got this theory,
blow it.
I got this theory, bro. It's whenever, Harbaugh's in the big game.
He finds a way.
Oh, he finds a way to fuck that shit up.
He wins. He wins.
And this one, I mean, that was that masterpiece.
I give you that one. I take yours. You take mine.
That was a masterpiece.
A masterpiece of destruction.
Oh my goodness.
Blow it again.
Yeah.
Who's got it better than us?
Everybody,
motherfucker.
Now the one thing that does
Ohio State.
The one thing that does help him is
Damn.
Florida. Florida ain't the best looking fucking team.
He'll find a way. But Harbaugh will find a way.
I don't know. He might win this one because it doesn't matter anymore. You know what I mean? There's no playoff implications involved.
Yeah.
There's no there's no championship involved.
Jim Harbaugh, he's a case study to me. He'll find a way to win and lose in the most extravagant way.
Yeah.
Take it from us Niner fans, people. We've seen it. We lived through it. I call his era I call it the blue balls era. That's what I call that. His era was blue balls. It's like a woman just playing with her balls and said, "I'll be right back," and never came back. That's what happened.
Well, they came back. It just got worse every year.
You know what I meant, motherfucker.
It just got worse every moment.
You know what I meant. Well, they came back. Well, you were a Niner fan that era too.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He came back. Like, I mean, I was there.
I'm talking about his whole era.
I wasn't there for the fourth and final year, but
yeah.
Oh yeah, that was when you crossed.
And I really wasn't. I was there for the third year, but I wasn't there for the third year.
No, that's when the Warriors. That's when the Raiders took your soul.
That was the third year.
Well,
it was right. It was immediately following the Super Bowl.
Oh, you said fuck this. I can't take this. I'm a Raider now.
No, that was the year where I was like, I'm just gonna be down the middle. But I didn't outly cheer for the Niners because it was like it's whatever.
He broke your heart. That's what happened.
No,
Harbaugh broke your heart. That's why you went over.
No,
just say it.
It's not why I went over. I got brought back.
You broke his heart.
No.
Oh, okay.
You break my heart. I wasn't paying attention. I couldn't watch the fucking games. I was at the fucking Raiders games.
I know.
He got bought.
Yeah.
No, what happened was it was just all right. I'm back again. Well, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this 2-team shit again. So
yeah.
If I ain't watching if I ain't watching one team, how the fuck am I gonna root for them? Like it didn't make sense.
Right.
But you know, that's how it goes. And then the Fiesta Bowl, that's UCF. Who, of course, they're still undefeated.
UCF?
Yeah.
Wow.
The Clay clocked in number 8. They're gonna go up against LSU in Arizona.
See, I don't understand, bro. How can you go undefeated
and not be in the playoff?
Yeah, man. Like I get it, the level of competition and blah blah blah. But come on, man. Award these teams.
No, pay these kids.
Just go to the 18, man.
There's that.
Now's the time to get to the 18 playoff.
Yeah.
If there was ever a year, it's this year. The top 8 were
they said
qualified.
that last year too, and you know what I mean. It's like
so. What is
at some point you got to go 18.
In the NFL language? What is this? What are these bowl games the equivalent of?
The NFC and AFC championship.
Okay. Okay. I'm just trying to. Okay.
Yeah, because there's only like 2 games, and then it leads into a championship.
The national title.
So which one's the NFC and AFC championship?
Well, I mean
that's up for
debate.
Interpretation.
Because it's the top 4 in college.
Okay.
It's not necessarily like division or whatever.
Yeah. I get you.
It's just 1 goes against 4, 2 goes against 3.
Okay.
Yeah, one comes out.
I get you.
And of course, the winners of those games are coming here to play the championship at Levi's.
It's gonna be. Of course.
Yeah.
Damn. What's his name? Jed York, man. He had WrestleMania, the Super Bowl, and now he has the fucking national championship. That's how it goes. You
get a new stadium. They gonna get their fucking money's worth.
I mean, for example, like Las Vegas, when their stadium's built,
I'm going to WrestleMania.
Not even that.
Super Bowl.
Hey, not even
I don't care.
They're getting the Olympics.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, exactly. They're getting the
push
fucking
that button
Olympics,
again,
bro.
No, I'm about the explosion.
I don't need an explosion for that. There's been too much shit that's happened in Vegas.
Yeah, true.
I'm just saying, bro. Like that shit's fucking crazy.
Yeah,
man.
Every time you get a new stadium, like you get all that.
You get all that shit in the first 10 years, first 5 years.
Yeah,
that's fire.
But yeah, these bowl games are important in my family, especially with Dom and I, because usually that's like kick the year off. Just chilling, watching sports and shit.
For sure.
Especially now that we're getting older. So
for real.
Him and I gonna coordinate, try to figure out, all right,
what we're doing for New Year's, or who's cooking.
I'm just saying, fuck in.
I know you're staying in, but I'm saying I meant who's cooking. That's what I meant. Who's cooking?
Wingstop's cooking. I ain't doing shit.
Right.
I ain't doing shit, but answering the fucking door when DoorDash comes. Hey. I ain't even going to pick that bitch up.
Just drop it at the doorstep. That's what I do. That's what I say. Drop it at the door. Don't even ring the doorbell. Text me.
Yeah.
Well, damn.
You know who left somebody at the fucking doorstep?
Who?
It's Kansas City Chiefs, man.
So I guess we really did watch the Super Bowl a few Monday nights ago. That was the Super Bowl. That was a Super Bowl.
Something special.
But that was the game because Kareem Hunt don't have a team no more.
Yeah.
For life. For life.
I won't even say for life. I'll just say from the Chiefs' perspective, yes.
Yeah.
They said they wouldn't bring him back. anytime in the future, period.
At all. For life.
I had spoken about this back in February,
Ish.
but it didn't seem like it was catching traction once the woman backed off.
Mm-hmm.
So it just looked like a bunch to do about nothing. But TMZ,
they will find you. They're the feds, man.
Yeah.
Whoever. See, TMZ could get Trump out of office if they really wanted to, but
I don't doubt it at this point.
honestly,
Shit.
if it hasn't happened yet, they got a motherfucking case to drop of them fucking tapes. They got something.
Oh,
because if it ain't happened by now,
Harvey, he has shit, but he knows his limits. He's like, if I release this, I'm dead.
oh, Harvey the mob. TMZ is a front for the mob.
It's like, he's like, what's his name from Breaking Bad? Who owned the chicken shop, the Mexican shop?
Oh yeah,
Gus,
yeah.
That's he's people's court, and TMZ as a fucking
that's a front.
That's a front.
Yeah.
Harvey, man, don't fuck with Harvey.
Right.
Or they're like the Grim Reaper. He'll tell you, you know, this nigga gonna die tomorrow, right?
So,
what?
Yeah, so
watch
the video of what happened in February comes out. He's in a Cleveland hotel, I believe.
Something.
And I remember hearing a lot of, there were racial slurs being thrown towards him. So I'm like, all right. I can't honestly say how I would conduct myself in that situation because all bets go off when motherfuckers is calling you nigger and they don't got the same skin color as you.
Exactly.
So I can't say that, but then in watching the video and seeing what actually took place and how he had several opportunities to just get the fuck away, I'm like,
you fucked up, bro.
yeah, I still can't.
You played yourself.
I still can't buy that, especially the fact that he had only met her that night. Because a lot of people were thinking domestic violence. It wasn't domestic violence. It was just straight up assault.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Should have walked away.
Yeah,
and that's the thing, man. I mean, he had his friends like trying to push him aside and keep him away from the whole situation, and he still tried to rush right through him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like at some point, bro, come on, you gotta trust the people that you're with.
No, for
you know
sure.
What I'm saying?
That's like if, I'm in a heated situation and you two are there pushing me back. Well, number one, it's likely going to work because you both are bigger than me. But number two, I got love and I got trust in you guys. So if you guys are telling me I'm out of line.
But when you're angry, honestly, but I can see from Kareem Hunt's standpoint, I'm not vouching. When you are angry,
when you're upset,
you
it's
see
easier said than done.
Anyone that's in your way, whether it's your friend or brother, you will push them like, fuck that shit.
Of course. However, in being around professional athletes for 4 years, I can tell you, you have to look at it from the standpoint of I'm under a microscope 25-8.
Logically. You're thinking logically.
Because, and again, anything can happen in the heat of the moment, but to then have all these millions drop, he was going to make millions. He was still under a rookie deal.
Yeah.
All he needed was one more year. He was going to get cashed out.
This is what I don't understand about NFL players.
And it got thrown away for somebody he just met that night.
In the off season, man. Fuck. Just chill. Don't go to the clubs. Don't smoke weed. Don't do nothing. Just chill and work out. Probably bring a female over. Just chill. Be in some bitches' Instagram DMs. Don't go to the club, man. Yeah. Because niggas going to test you.
Yeah.
Stupid.
The thing of it was, too, so we already knew he was going to get put on the commissioner's exempt list. At that point, the Chiefs, they sent him home. But when they released him, everybody was kind of like, well...
Didn't you know about this?
Yeah. So then come to find out, they released a statement, and they said, well, he wasn't honest with us. We asked him about what happened. Which then leads me like, what the fuck did you not tell them?
Yeah.
Then out of nowhere, I'm watching ESPN, and they're like, tomorrow, 11 a.m., 8 a.m. countdown. We were going to have the interview. The first words from Kareem Hunt since the incident. And I'm like,
okay. Looking at your face right now.
First of all, it's not the first words since the incident because he's played half a season already.
Right. And I'm like,
the incident happened back in February.
Yeah, I'm like, maybe you should have said since the tape dropped, but okay. I guess I know what I'm watching to start the day off.
Right.
And I remember I woke up early in the morning and I saw when I guess the interview was going on, and I saw your tweet going like, he shouldn't have did this fucking interview.
He shouldn't have. Everything just looks scripted. Like, on one hand, it was you know how it is. It's one of those things where it's don't hurt the image. So he was saying, I did do these things, whatever. And I'm not upset with him saying that's not me. Because I know what he's trying to say. Yeah. I did it, but that's not who I am as a person. Yeah. Right. It's like, but then when Lisa Salters was asking him specific questions, and he's just like, I don't know. Like, I'm like,
Why did he do that?
You can't come on here and say, I don't know.
I don't know what happened, bro. I think he was just his agent. Man, he had a bad agent. If his agent allowed him to do that shit, you stupid.
But one thing he did say that was very interesting was when she asked him, well, what was the NFL's involvement? And he's like, NFL never questioned me about anything. Which then goes back to, that's very convenient because the NFL, I remember, seemed to take, over a year going through Ezekiel Elliott. And the damn investigator said, she's not even credible. I'm not even going to go through with this. They still went through with that.
Yep.
There was another situation. I didn't write it down. I'm forgetting off the top of my head. But I know for sure there was another situation where they dove deep into that. And all of a sudden now it just seems like we didn't know this tape was here. But you knew tapes were everywhere else over the span of a year. But how... Okay.
I was just saying, just rewind the clock to the Ray Rice situation.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
They went deep into that shit.
Right.
That's because there was so much there was pressure put on them.
Pressure because once the tape had come out,
and it was TMZ.
Yeah.
They acted this time around. They acted
quickly
because
they didn't. They were like, nope. They were just like, no. Pretty much.
Yeah.
You're done. What was that? What was that video? That European dude? He's done.
Oh yeah.
He's done, blood.
Yeah.
He's done.
To this day,
I've had enough of this shit, blood. He's the fuck off, blood.
He's done.
People need to open their eyes and see, blood. He's finished. He's dead.
Oh, he ain't dead, but he ain't gonna be playing football for him, man.
I expect him to play. Maybe at some point later in the season next year, maybe the team will take a chance on him. Couple of years maybe, but I mean it's damning footage, especially when she's on the ground, and even though I can see the kick wasn't full force, the fact that your foot even touches her,
yeah,
in the motion of a kick, it doesn't look good overall.
Nah.
Well,
and usually in those situations, that's when I look at it and I'm like,
well,
couldn't be me, man. That's why I keep my homegirls on the payroll to handle shit like that for me.
I got a few homegirls too, but that's neither here or there.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't touch women.
Exactly.
But I have women in my life that have no issues touching women. It is what it is.
I like it when women touch women. Take that for what you want. It's side note, I forgot to mention. I forgot to send this shit to you. This ain't no pause. That's dead ass. XFL. It's coming out there. I don't know if you saw this.
They're announcing the 18.
No, their teams have low-key been announced.
Oh, go ahead.
I forgot to send this to you. It's going to be Dallas,
of course,
Houston,
cool.
LA, New York, St. Louis. Hey, St. Louis got a team now. Seattle, Tampa Bay, and DC.
I was expecting that.
No Bay Area team.
Well, they did last time, remember?
Yeah,
the Demons. San Francisco Demons and shit. Yeah, no Bay Area. There's only 8 teams this year, so... Okay, that's interesting.
Weren't there only 8 teams to start off with last time?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So
they could have at least started with 16, but I get it.
It's their inaugural year. They're going to stay. They ain't going to do it because Vince lost a lot of money the first time around.
Better wise the fuck up.
Oh, yeah.
I think he did learn this time.
Sure.
He learned this time, so we going to see.
Right. But I also feel that the Chiefs were, I don't want to say pressured into it, because at the end of the day, they did what they felt was best. However, I felt coming off of the Reuben Foster situation.
They picked him up real fucking quick.
Yeah, with Washington picking him up, seemingly like, oh, he's in jail. Cool, we'll claim him off waivers right now. Yeah, I think with that they had to, and then plus you got Tyreek Hill. Yeah. Like you can't have multiple
felons
guys on the team that hit.
He's not Tyreek Hill's not a felon. Neither of them are felons right now.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Just
but
criminals.
Yeah. But then speaking of Reuben Foster, fucking Doug Williams,
it's your boy.
Hey, I ain't playing no fucking Doug Williams.
A little quick, what do you call it? Little tidbit. What's his name? Fucking Kareem Hunt. He just cleared waivers, so he's actually an unrestricted free agent.
Yeah.
So he can sign with any team.
But he can't. But right now, he put that ban.
He can't practice, and he can't attend games because of being on the exempt list.
Yeah, Streets is hot for him right now.
Streets is too hot. Yeah, you done fucked up.
Yeah.
You fucked up.
Really.
And now, we were watching, what's it called? Well, he might be going into it right now.
Yeah, Doug Williams. These fucking comments, man. Like, it's just when you think somebody just can't say anything more stupid about the fact that a nigga puts hands on a woman. No. Doug Williams, famed quarterback. One of, I think, 2 black quarterbacks that won Super Bowl? He comes out of nowhere. Oh, well, in politics and, the amount of stuff that they've gotten into and just, in the grand scheme of things, this is just small potatoes. No.
That's your boy, bro.
How?
What kind of shit is that?
How is this small potatoes, my
How?
That nigga done hit some females in his day. He must have.
I mean, I guess, bro.
He
That's
must have
the only thing that would make sense.
He must have hit a lot of females in his day.
And I don't mean it makes sense in the sense of him hitting a female.
Yeah.
But it makes sense as for him why he would say something stupid like that.
We might have to get the 6'9" stupid to put on this board because that motherfucker, that was stupid as shit.
Stupid.
Yeah, for real.
I did like how you said that shit.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah.
It's your boy.
I don't know what the score is now. We were watching.
That's fine. I can check right now.
It's game.
Yeah, it has to be game blouses. It's been game blouses.
Bro.
Eagles won 28-13.
There you go.
Yeah.
So the Eagles are still in the hunt for that.
Oh, so
Damn. I just noticed this right now. AP had 98 total yards rushing.
Yeah, and one of them was for 90.
Exactly.
damn. Grand opening,
shut his
grand
ass
closing.
up.
They're like, oh, you ain't running no more.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
You're done.
You're done. You're done for the day. For the day. We need that soundbite.
We need that shit so bad.
Right.
For the day.
That's next year's soundbite, bro.
Yeah. There was some other football, though. Of course, big game to start the week out. That was a hell of a game.
Cowboys and Saints.
and
Oh, yeah.
Everybody and their mamas was glued into that.
Oh, no. Stephen A. Smith coming out with the ultimate troll. Holla at your boy.
The only thing that stuck was he was on duty for the boxing match. Mm-hmm. So he had to leave Dallas and go straight to L.A. That was the only thing I wish that he wasn't covering because his ass would have had to stay
he had
in
to
Dallas.
take that heat.
Yeah.
He had to take... that was one of the days I wish Skip Bayless showed up on First Take. Just for one day. Just to...
Skip was intolerable as fuck on Undisputed, and Shannon had to just sit there and take it. This is coming off of Shannon sitting there for LeBron's 50. Mm-hmm. So this is a couple weeks, right?
So he had to take it.
Yeah,
he had to take it.
Yeah.
Oh, Skip is a big Cowboy fan. He had to talk his shit.
But when I say everybody and their mamas was invested, fucking Lil Boozy and Yella were actually at the game, and I think they had a fucking 10 racks on it. And then in the midst,
rappers, you do what you want when you popping.
Wait, hold on. Yella.
Yeah, he's a rapper from Dallas.
Never heard of him.
Yeah, he's
Check him out. He's big out there. Anyways, Boozy just looks at him, hands over the rack, and then he starts counting. And this is funny. This white woman in the back's just like, "Are you gonna make it rain?" And he's like, "No, I'm going home and going to sleep."
I mean, he must have been hot because everyone thought the Saints were going to win, but the Cowboys just said no.
And then it was funny too because he's on video and he's just staring at the camera, and this dude behind him just looks in the screen and he just mouths, "Wipe me down."
So Boozy gave the money to old boy.
Yeah,
he had because
Boozy's New Orleans.
Yeah, because even our boy Jason on Twitter, he said he was predicting. I kept seeing this tweet.
Jason talks so much shit.
He said he knew the Cowboys were gonna go into fucking.
Yeah, he said it for a week before.
He said they're gonna beat these niggas.
Yeah, he called that shit.
I was watching like, oh,
That's
he called
crazy.
this shit.
Mm-hmm.
He called it.
When I saw DeMarcus Lawrence's quote, I was just like, bro, are you serious?
What did he say?
Because he said that the Saints had to match the Cowboys' intensity.
Right.
And I was like, when I heard it, I was like, don't you mean the other way around?
No.
Oh, fuck.
You about to lose.
No, man.
Watching the game, it was like,
Give me a hell yeah!
Yeah, okay, you right.
yeah, my bad.
My bad, bro.
See,
Jason, every time the Cowboys have a good win, Jason drops this uncontrollable, just
laugh. I know exactly what I saw. Yeah.
Video of him just like running around his place for like a minute, and every time he does that, I'm able to pause it and get a good 10 memes worth of footage. He had one where it was paused and his mouth was open and his tongue was like in the middle of being rolled, so it just looks like he's just like that. And I was like, so I posted the next morning, I'm like, Lakers just won. My mood this morning, it's amazing.
You can't see it. You can't see it, people. But Jason, if you know what it is, yeah.
Oh, we're posting that up on social media.
Nah, but I think your anti-warrior hat when you're in the water.
I know.
What the?
That's what I was thinking about when he said he starts running around. I was like, oh, okay. So like when you had the anti-warrior shit going on, because
when he does it,
okay.
I'll never forget those.
Since
snaps.
he's done it, Alexa has been out. The echoes and everything, so it's just Alexa, play We Them Boys. And then all of a sudden it pops up in the background. He just starts going fucking crazy, and it's the funniest one. Of the
So right now they're number one
God.
and they're number one in their league right now.
in the division. Yeah. Well, since the Eagles won, the Eagles are now. I think it's a tie with Washington and the Eagles for second.
So it's gonna come down to the final game. I told my coworker that because he's a Warrior. He's a Cowboy fan.
Depending on what the Cowboys do, because if the Cowboys win out, pretty much it's going to end. It's going to end before the season ends.
That's what I'm saying. It's gonna come down to the final game.
Yeah.
I feel it. Cowboys have to win or lose in spectacular, just like hardball.
Right.
They're gonna win spectacularly and they're gonna lose spectacularly.
I was thoroughly.
Boy!
Again, I haven't watched much of the NFL this year, but I was watching that and I was like, that's a fucking great defense.
Wasn't the whole kneeling shit this year too? When they took a knee this year, that happened this year, right?
Yeah.
Wait,
Speaking of the knee.
talking about?
No, that was last year.
That was last year.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was gonna say that.
But I'm glad you did that. So speaking of the knee, so we're going into the Pac-12, the gate.
Oh
at
yeah.
Levi. I'm glad you brought that up. We're going to the gate at Levi, and I put all my shit on the table. Go through the metal detector. I go in, nothing happens, everything's cool. And as I'm grabbing my stuff, the security runs from the left. I know, just stop. And I'm like looking, and I look behind the wrist. I'm like, the fuck? I ain't got anything on me. And then she like looks at everybody, and then she looks at the security. She's like, they're supposed to stop for the flag.
Was she white?
Yeah. And so I'm looking, and I go, oh, you ain't got to say nothing but a word. You do not think I turned my black ass around,
Took a knee.
put my knee on the fucking cement, and started grabbing the shit I placed up on the table and started putting that shit on. I was like, and as I'm putting it on, I'm talking. I'm like, hey, you finna get me this, try to trick me into this bullshit ass anthem. Fuck that bullshit. And then out of nowhere in the back, you hear this. I could tell she had the kind of. No, not that.
Oh.
I could tell she had the kind of wrists that Big Mama had to make a healthy, plentiful Thanksgiving meal. You hear her in the back saying, "That's right, baby, go ahead." And in my mind, all I heard was,
Yeah, I thought it was going to hell, yeah.
nah, in my mind, all I heard was applause. And I was like, yeah.
I did that shit.
Larissa did not knee because she was like, I wanted to. But number one, I was exhausted. I needed my feet. And number two, I needed to see if any of these MAGA motherfuckers was going to test you because we was going to start swinging. And I was like,
See, the
that's
MAGA
why you
motherfuckers
my
are
baby.
hiding. The MAGA motherfuckers are hiding out here. And the Bay, they hiding. But I don't think I talked about it when I went to NXT. Did I talk about it last week, what I did? Nah.
Yeah.
I talked about it on the air.
I think you told me, but
I didn't say it on the air. Yeah.
Repeat it.
So, I've been to countless WWE events. NXT, Raw, SmackDown pay-per-views. And they never did the national anthem. This was a house show. And it was at the fucking Civic Center.
Yeah.
At San Jose State. So NXT, before they began the taping, they said, please rise for the national anthem. I was like, hold up, what? I was like, that never happened.
What kind of shit is
I
that?
sat my shit right there and I looked around like I dare any of you motherfuckers to say something. I literally sat there. Even filmed it. Like, I ain't gonna take no knee. I'm gonna sit here. The number one, I'm like, the fuck? And I was eating my nachos too, so I wasn't gonna stand up. Fuck out of here. I was like,
nachos.
hey, some good ass nachos, bro. But
Hey, I mean, you paid an arm and a leg for them. Might as well enjoy
actually,
the
they're
bitches.
cheap. They're like $8.
Shut the fuck up.
They're cheap. Yeah, they're like $8.
That's
You should have looked at the motherfuckers and be like,
Oh, I did.
No, you should have looked at them and be like, I dare y'all to say some shit because I am not your house nigga. I will fuck you the fuck up.
You think me? I was like, hey man, it's like, hey, Keith Lee's here too. Keith is a big old nigga. It's like, yeah, I look like Keith Lee. I'll fuck any of y'all little motherfucking wrestling marks up. Fuck, I sat there and I'm looking around, and then when they all sat down, NXT, and I'm like, you motherfucking right. You and this white boy comes, NXT. Don't look at me.
Yeah. Don't watch me, nigga. Watch TV.
Don't watch me. Watch the ring, nigga. But yeah.
Yeah, we weren't the only ones though. So of course, like we said, Texans, Bob McNair passed away. Yeah, DeAndre Hopkins then waited for that because then very next game he shows up to the game against the Browns in that Kaepernick jersey.
Should have been a Niner one, but it's cool.
Nah, the all black, baby.
No.
That all black.
I'm
joint.
still the
saying,
Niner.
I want that shit.
Keeps selling out.
I know.
Motherfucker keeps selling out.
He making money.
Yeah.
But I think he still wants to play. I'm still telling
for
you.
sure.
That's not a bad consolation though.
He's gonna. I know. He still wants to play.
That's
He's
just
gonna do.
still coming by Nike.
And he's gonna take. He's gonna take a low contract, and he's gonna play to prove a point.
Yeah.
Man, can you imagine that image at the Super Bowl?
I don't think they'll let him, but hopefully, man.
Oh, it's gonna happen.
Nope.
I feel it's gonna happen. Busby don't bullshit.
Kareem Hunt will get back in the NFL before Kaepernick will.
No, Ray Rice will come back before Kaepernick. Nah, Kaepernick coming back. I still believe it. I'm putting that in the universe.
Not when he's suing all the owners. You think they forgot? They just not gonna forget about that. That's the thing.
I know.
Unless the judge says he has to come back to a team, they're not gonna forget about that.
Yeah.
They gonna lock his ass out so they can't lock him out anymore.
He gonna play.
But
can you imagine? I'm just saying. Can you imagine if he wins the Super Bowl? The final image he does is taking a knee to win the Super Bowl.
great.
That'd be awesome.
Confetti coming down.
That'd be perfect in the Spike Lee joint, but it ain't gonna happen in reality.
Hey man, you saw Tom Brady come back from a 28-3 victory. Don't even tell me about what's fantasy reality. I still can't believe that shit happened. Anything can happen. Look at who a whole ass president is.
Not with something like this. This is one of those things where it's just...
It can happen. Word angels in the outfield. Anyway.
It's just not one of those things.
Y'all don't believe me. But Busby don't bullshit.
I mean, you bullshitting on this one. Let's go talk to the owners. Y'all letting Cap back in?
Jed York probably would. Damn, I can't believe I said that. Damn.
Really?
Hey.
Because he's not on the team now.
Yeah, because we need a quarterback.
He probably would. I'm just saying.
But see, that's the thing.
For my own benefit,
you keep saying he probably would, but he hasn't done it now. Why?
Like I'm saying, it don't matter. He's coming back. I guarantee it. And I will talk shit when it happens. I'm right until you prove me wrong, motherfuckers.
The owners is proving you wrong as a motherfucker.
For now.
Because it's been 2 years.
It's going to happen. Until he retires.
Mark Sanchez is on a team before Kaepernick.
Like I said, I'm right until you prove me wrong.
Butt fumble.
Butt fumble's on before.
I'm right until you prove me wrong.
Well, how much longer do you have to get proven?
Until he retires. Until Kaepernick just retires himself, said I'm not playing football no more. I am right until you prove me wrong. So let's move on. Move on.
All right.
Anyway,
because when that comes in,
I said what I said.
I'm just telling you. You already said.
I said what I said.
I'm telling you what I'm saying now.
Okay.
Because when that comes on, you're gonna have to admit it.
I will. But until that day,
listen,
I am right until you prove me wrong. I said what I said.
So let me say what I'm saying.
Yes.
Not only do you have to do that, I'm going to keep reminding you every 3 minutes.
Okay.
Increments.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
But until then, I am right until you prove me wrong.
Well, you know who else is right? Me, because I told you, watch out for the fucking Rams. You kept saying, fuck them niggas ain't going to do shit.
I was wrong, and I acknowledge that.
Yeah, well, they won the NFC West.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't expect Waffalo to fucking break his fucking ankle.
And as the Saints lost. I want to hear all that shit.
It's the truth.
I don't...
Hey, I acknowledge it.
Man, come on.
I acknowledge that. I acknowledge
you cannot win
that I was wrong about that.
Freaking injury, dog.
Hey, I acknowledge that. I acknowledge that. That was my fandom speaking. Because I'm a Niner. Like you said, how you were like a fucking Laker... What's the word for it? Extremist. I'm a Niner extremist. Yeah, so I have to hold that flag. I know. When I'm an extremist, I don't speak logically. When it comes to my favorites. Hey... I'm just letting you know.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. Y'all can judge me.
We're two different extremists.
Extremists, I take it to the extreme.
Yeah, so they
got smacked. We got smacked.
Yeah. They beat up Detroit, and then because the Saints lost, they're now back to the bona fide number one in the NFC.
Mm-hmm.
AJ Green is out for the rest of the season after he tore ligaments.
Damn.
When the Bengals lost to the Broncos. And somehow, someway... Same old story. Marvin Lewis has found himself on the hot seat once again.
Really? You don't say?
No. On the hot seat. Whoop-de.
I wonder who could have called that.
Hugh Jackson? Why some use Hugh Jackson as their... He's going to be the back. He's going to be the new coach.
Yeah.
If he's the new head coach.
I'm knocking on wood on that one. The Bengals don't deserve that. They deserve a real coach, not Marvin Lewis. I've been saying, I'm not even...
Hey, those fans deserve a real coach.
They deserve a real coach. This is bullshit. Since high school, he has been coaching that fucking team.
Just call Chad Johnson. Have him coach.
Wide receiver coach.
Yeah.
Wide receiver coach, maybe.
Make him the head coach. Can't do no much worse. Them fucking touchdown celebrations is going to be fucking crisp and A1.
Oh, he's going to choreograph the shit out of them.
Yeah,
That's going to come off all his checks.
Yeah.
Off top.
The last 15 minutes of practice is dedicated to fucking touchdown celebrations.
Linemen, y'all text.
Yeah. Even the kickers and the punters. Get your ass in formation.
Hey.
Everybody celebrates over here, B.
We got
even the staff.
Shit.
Even the staff members. As soon as the touchdown happens, everyone get on the field. Get on the field. No. I'm just imagining they have a full halftime performance. Like, what the fuck? There's flags all over. Like,
because you know the team you celebrated last week and saying they're the best. When
they
it comes
are.
to touchdown celebrations.
They still
this year.
are. And
you didn't seem amused when they did their
because it was a nice reminder. No.
Not you. Not you. Him.
No. Because I just know that's the look of the emoji I posted is the dry look emoji because it just brought back memories from that game. And then it was just like, and then I knew Sherman was, and then on top of that, Sherman's on our team now, so it makes me not like him even more. It was just a nice reminder.
See, what's funny was
I was watching the Laker game, so I tuned into the Niners about halftime.
I had shit to do.
At which point I was not paying attention because you saw the score at halftime.
Lakers pissed me the fuck out to start that game, so I changed the channel.
Oh, they pissed you off.
They changed the channel.
Oh, well, how they piss y'all off?
Losing to the fucking 4-17 Suns by 17 in the first quarter.
What the fuck's wrong with y'all, man?
And then I changed it back, and then they're down by 13. I was like, I could deal with this. And the next thing I knew, we were up by 10, and I was like, that was fucking easy.
That was easy. Like,
all right, finish the fucking game. And then it got to the fourth quarter, and I was like, I'm only watching this to see how many points Wagner, our rookie, could put up. He put up, I think, just under 10, if not 10?
Yeah,
he put up 9 or something like that.
2 threes back to back.
And then he hit a free throw, and they had 1 field goal, so he had like 9. And I was like, I got my money's worth. All right, I'm good.
But back to the Niners, we lost. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, Raiders lost.
No, but you said the Raiders. I didn't watch that game because I felt it was just going to be a blowout. But no, it was a blowout. But from what I've heard, it was actually a decent game because they don't have Kareem Hunt no more. So the Chiefs actually had to play.
Well, I didn't hear it was a good game. I heard they were still down by like 17, but they came back and closed the gap to 3.
Well, that sounds like the Raiders.
Yeah, that's how that went. But another L.
Put this season in rice.
Chargers, man. I did not see this from the Chargers at all. Chargers now 9-3.
Oh man, the ending.
How did this happen?
The ending was funny. The ending to that game was funny because they literally kept jumping off sides 3 times.
Oh yeah,
they tried to block. At first, I literally thought they blocked it. I was like, they did. Oh, yeah, he was offside. Oh, damn, they did it 3 times. Yeah. It was like, who's their coach again? Not Coughlin. What's the Steelers coach?
It's not Coughlin.
Tomlin. Tomlin. It's like Tomlin just said, "Do what the fuck you gotta do, bro." That's what he told special team. Do what you gotta fucking do.
Hey man, when I'm losing in Madden, that's exactly what happens too.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
You think it's gonna be easy?
Nah, bro. Even on PATs.
You gotta work for that PAT. You gotta work for that field.
You better go for 2.
I'm going offsides every time. Fuck you.
Yeah, even in the last time even when they made it, even when he made it, he still jumped off sides. I was like, well shit.
What was the game? 23-7? I heard that's what it was.
Something like that.
23-7. Philip Rivers was like, it's my time.
He's like Triple H.
Yeah, no,
he just said Triple H, spit out that water.
I mean, just imagine being a New York Giants fan.
He remembered who he was.
Seeing Eli decline, and you just looking over yeah, you just looking over at Philip Rivers like,
we could
have kept that.
Yeah.
Eli got them a Super Bowl, bro.
No.
That defense.
Their defenses got them a Super Bowl, and he was able to connect with 2 freakishly out of this world catches both times.
Well, what about the other time?
The first one with David Tyree was a freakish ass catch over the head.
But
the second time was
Mario Manningham on the sideline.
When he literally tiptoed through.
I remember.
I'm not taking anything away from Eli, but what I'm saying is that outside of those games, when do you remember Eli doing anything? Philip Rivers has a whole fucking career worth of
he needs to lead that
stuff that he's done.
He needs to lead the Chargers, man.
His defense always lets him down.
Yeah.
He needs to lead the Chargers.
He hasn't had a real running back.
That's why when Drew Brees left the Chargers, look what happened. He's just
Drew Brees left the Chargers. Then
they let him go. That's what I meant. When they let him go,
right,
he was hurt. I mean, they
Rivers got to the playoffs. I think 2 years later, so it wasn't a.
Yeah, I know, but still. And who was the coach they got rid of? Who's the coach they got rid of? That took him to the AFC. Schottenheimer, but he's like old and fucking crusty now. But when they got rid of him, I was like, that's
not crusty. He's got Alzheimer's.
Yeah, I thought it was dementia, but yeah, I was like, fuck, man. But yeah, Chargers, man. Cardinals.
You got the Cardinals.
They man.
Hey,
Cardinals fucked.
This is one of those. That's cool. I like dead ass because we got the number 1 spot. And there's no tiebreaker that involved at all. We got the number 1 pick and we won Battle of the Bay. I'm happy. Shit.
I thought the Raiders had the number 1 pick. I thought the Raiders have it.
What's up? They lost the head-to-head. The Raiders got the number 1 pick. Right?
Yeah.
No, they got 3 wins, don't they?
They got 2.
I'm pretty sure they got 3.
They got 2. They got 2.
Fuck it, we won Battle of the Bay.
That's all that matters. Hey, like the way they fired Mark McCartney, man, after 13 years. How many Super Bowls? 1 Super Bowl, right?
Yep.
He underperformed though.
He had a what?
Should have had more than one Super Bowl.
He should have. He really should have.
13 years, one Super Bowl. I mean, it is what it is.
That's
like,
partially on the organization itself, though.
Yeah, I mean, there's a hand. There's hands to blame. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
but McCarthy, from what people have been telling me, his play calls were just
trash.
Just looked all over the place this year. The difference between him and Tomlin is Tomlin has the fucking Steelers in, if not as close to the AFC title game every year.
And they're always in like wild card, the Packers,
or not making it.
Yeah,
it's either wild card,
or
they're not making it
every time.
And then they always get smacked at the wrong time too,
right.
Especially to our Harbaugh Niners. I remember those years, great years.
Yeah, so Packers they told him
twice.
They told him to wrap up his post game presser. They called him in the office. They were like, "Yeah,
you fired. You fired."
And everybody was like, "Oh, well."
Aaron Rodgers happy. He had to be happy.
Hey, I mean, when you get fired at that instance, that tells me you've already got some ideas who you want to bring in as coach. So now you're already in the plans of working.
They already got the interim coach.
You don't do that with the last month of the season.
Like they probably got someone in mind. They got someone in mind.
Right.
They're gonna get somebody for Aaron.
You got that. So we thought that was the only firing, but then I woke up today, and the Bulls in the NBA, they went and fired Fred Hoiberg. Using year 4, and they started off 5-18. I don't really put much of that on him because he had 3 key players that started off on the injured list.
So
to me, I'm looking at that like they just wanted a fresh start because they
were just looking for an out pretty much.
Pretty much. They got it.
Yeah.
They need to fire whoever made them fucking City Edition jerseys, the motherfucking black ones they got.
For the Bulls, I haven't seen them.
Just black. It's just black with stars underneath. It doesn't say Bulls or anything. It's just black with stars. I'm like, that shit out of here. Who created that?
I have no idea. But I love our City Edition jerseys. Now that
they grew on me.
Yeah, now that I've seen the details
purple and
to
the
them,
pinstripes, those grew on me.
Those pinstripes are fucking sick, though. You know what they have written on them, right? It says 3 times, 5 times, Showtime.
Ooh, that's nice. That's smooth.
Yeah, it's basically for
because last year was Kobe's
goodbye. The Mamba out?
No. They had a Mamba jersey, basically.
Yeah, it was the black ones they wore last year. That was his design.
Those. Yeah.
This year, it's Magic Johnson's design.
Ooh.
They get all the legends to come back, and they designed the City Edition ones.
That's what's up. Good for them. That's cool.
Yeah, they finally grew on me. I like those.
Warriors kind of just... I'm not a Warrior fan. Their jerseys are like blah. They make their shit too damn fucking yellow. It's like they're fucking promoting Bumblebee.
Man, their City Edition jerseys are blue, like a navy blue, and they say the Bay on them. I have no problem with that, but then the weird part is in the middle there's like a fucking Chinese dragon and shit.
Because they're hella for the Filipino culture, because I guess a huge part of their fan base comes from that.
I understand that, but come on, bro. Like, how? I mean,
cultural appropriation or something?
I guess. I don't know. I just don't feel it personally.
Right, but
I don't know.
I feel like all their jerseys are fucking trash anyway, so it don't matter to me.
Okay.
Hey, but how you feel about those Minnesota?
Purple Rains.
Yeah.
Purple Rain joints, man.
Will you get those? You gonna get those?
Oh, no.
Hey, get it for your mom or something.
Hey, you know what? I mean, for you guys, I wouldn't
get it for your mom.
I wouldn't
at
even
least.
trip if you bought one of them.
No, I would probably.
It's for Prince. It's for Prince, though.
There's a lot of shit I could get from Prince. They're dope. Don't get me wrong. They're great. I don't know if she would wear a Minnesota one.
If it's Prince related, you know she will.
I think she would.
Well, that's the thing. You got to find a fucking jersey of some player she would wear.
Or
you can make custom made.
I was about to say that. Get a custom one that says Prince on the back.
And what's his number? Well, you can just get the symbol. If you can put the symbol
go get his middle school or high school number.
Yeah.
See, you just came up with your Christmas present.
I already got my Christmas.
I know.
You're welcome.
Like Kobe. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Speaking of
what
Kobe,
the fuck does that mean?
What the fuck does that mean, Kobe Bryant?
Speaking of Kobe, we usually got a little breaking news about half an hour ago.
What?
Uh-oh.
Kobe, quote, "We'll be champs before you know it. We'll be laughing in the faces of all those Warriors fans who came out of nowhere."
That's your boy. Hey.
And speaking of that was actually funny. So, Martin, you familiar with Warriors World?
No.
Yeah, I know who they are. I know who they are. Yeah.
There's a cat that's been...
Bullshit.
Warriors, this and that. They dug up an old tweet. He used to rock the purple and gold like us.
Say, bruh.
Yeah.
Don't even tell me that shit, because you know what the funny thing is? I've been hearing that. Like I'm wearing my Lakers shit to the fucking dispensaries. And he goes, "Oh, I like that. At least you stuck with your team." And I'm like, "Do I know you?" And like, "Well, you've been here before. Like I recognize you, and you know they weren't always good." I was like,
I'm a fan.
Yeah.
All right. No, but I didn't have to say nothing because I was like, all right, cool, thanks. You know what I mean? Like at least they complimented, give me my weed, and you complimented my Laker jersey or my Laker what do you call it, sweater. We good. You know what I'm saying? Like we family now.
Yeah, seriously, I've caught a few.
I don't know, a few fucking
smart asses.
Oh, it wasn't nothing on that end.
No, yeah, I've caught a few smart
that,
asses.
yeah.
Oh yes, you happy? LeBron's here, right? And then I just hit him with Cedric Ceballos. They're like, huh? And I'm like, exactly.
Yeah.
And then if I really want to be an asshole, or like Bimbo Coles, who's that? You motherfucking right.
Should have said
Brooks.
Yeah.
You should have said Ellis's name just to really prove a point.
Nah, you gotta go back to Bimbo Coles. Everybody know, so they could get away with that shit because the team was a playoff contender, and they did knock off a number 1 seed. So everybody they could rock with that. You gotta hit them to where. Who's the other? Troy Murphy.
Shit.
Who was the other? Troy Murphy. That's taking it back. Man, I remember that nigga.
Donald Foyle and Eric Dampier when they were all, being used on the cover with those ugly ass. I think jerseys are just trash now. Them ugly ass jerseys from before.
I can't believe they were a team back then. I'm like, damn, you guys were actual. I was kind of, because I was young. I didn't watch the NBA like that. I just thought it was just the Lakers and Knicks, and that was it. I didn't even know about the Warriors until I saw commercials like, who these niggas? And then I went to the game, and I'm like, oh, actually, there's a team? Oh. And then who was our star player back then?
Antoine Jameson.
That was it.
Oh, you talking about that
era.
The orange team.
Not even orange. Yeah, the purple.
With Thunder.
Yeah, with Thunder.
Yeah. That was an era. Them tickets were cheap.
So we coming.
I'm like, you say Thunder and they don't even know. They think you're talking about OKC.
Yeah, I know.
I remember those years. That's how old we are,
why are you talking about Thunder? Kevin Durant's with us now.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, okay, bro.
You just can't wait, can you?
I really can't, dog. I'll be honest with you.
Like I said, I'm thinking back. Lakers 2020.
Oh, I already know it's coming. That's why I'm laughing.
Like this, man, real shit.
The shit you gonna talk?
I know one person who's really extremely fucking close to me. Matter of fact, has my same name.
Ooh.
Who became a Warriors fan in 2009.
In 2009?
Yeah, because all my life growing up,
you had to fight?
Hold up. Will you let me talk, goddammit? All my life growing up, man.
Even wearing it.
All my life I had to fight.
You walked right into that.
My whole life growing up, he ain't never watched no basketball. You ain't know who I'm talking about yet, huh? No. Has my same name. Think about
it. Your brother?
Nah, my pops, fool.
Ooh.
So I can't wait.
Eternally.
I'm fucking waiting, dog. Like, just let this happen already.
You want the whole kingdom to burn, can't you?
It's going
down. You want the whole fire to burn. You just want it to burn.
You know what? It's going to be delicious.
No. It's going to be like from Bobby Glorious. You know how he puts his hands up? And
glorious is us putting the trophy up again. This is going to be delicious.
What's that from?
Delicious.
What's that from?
I don't know, and I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
It doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter.
It will be.
That's going to be a day for me. I'm just going to sit here like, I'm not a fan. I told you.
You will get bunched in because you had opportunity after opportunity.
I don't care,
to get
bro.
On the right side
I am
of history.
a Niner fan. I'm in the neutral zone. I don't care.
I told you ain't the safe zone.
Okay, Meek.
Hey, you can still catch shots in the neutral zone, though.
Hey,
okay, Meek.
I've seen a lot of casualties.
You can either
pick sides or die in the middle. My day, man.
In the words of Meek, you pick sides or die in the middle. Well, I guess I'll just get my casket ready for that case. And on that day, I won't be like, hey, man.
Put you in some Kawhi New Balances.
Shit.
But shouts out to Kawhi, shit. Shoe deal's a shoe deal.
A shoe deal's a shoe deal.
He gonna sell out to all them, them old suburban white dads. They love them some New Balances.
He was signed with Jordan, bro. So I mean, it's like that's kind of.
But did you see the details?
Step down.
Yeah, but did you see the details of that contract?
Nah.
He wasn't getting paid shit, and he was a fucking Finals MVP.
I get it, but half of it, a lot of it has to deal with the fact that he's just so quiet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if you're not putting yourself out there the way Russ does.
Yeah, but Jordan's supposed to be this high endorsing ambassador. You will find a way if you're gonna make it work. They didn't do that with him.
He was just so.
They could have did something. The silent assassin. They could have did a whole spiel with him being a fucking ninja.
Well,
just
the whole thing,
like using the basketball as a fucking sword, just somehow getting the fucking ball into.
Giving out too much gems, man.
You know how
well, it's after the fact.
You know how his nickname is the Claw, though, right?
Yeah.
That began when he was with Jordan because his logo was actually his handprint.
Right. But once they figured
the K and the L were separated somehow.
Right. But once they figured that shit was working, they could have went with Silent Ninja.
They could have done a lot of things.
Oh, the laugh.
Or the
they
laugh.
They could just make a whole marking off that
The laugh
damn
came
laugh.
years later.
Yeah, man.
He was already gone from Jordan by then.
But still.
Yeah. I'm not down on him though. Shots. Hey, he got a bag. That's all that fucking matters.
Nah, definitely. I
Oh,
don't know if
oh,
I'll ever
speaking
wear
on
those
staying
shoes.
on that topic. Oh, talk about Drake when what's his name? When Kevin Durant made that crazy ass shot like half court in the second half.
Yeah,
and his jaw
Trying to
dropped.
ignore it, but okay.
Oh, damn, that was hilarious. I was like, why'd you do that? Yeah, like you never seen that when Steph did it. Like, why are you so shocked he did that in your house? Drake, you make this so easy for me. I said it to y'all. And it was like, he just literally stood there with his jaw dropped like.
Yeah, that shit was way overdone, man.
He looked like
what the fuck was he doing?
remember the chick that did it when LeBron hit that 3 when he was with the Cavs? He hit it in DC. And it went to the chick that was in stands. He looked exactly like that. And I was like, too easy.
It's too easy. It's too easy. And that's why I sent it to you. It's like a meme. It's like, why did you do that, Drake?
And then KD went up to him and twisted his nipple. And I was like, and then now after the report with meningitis, I was like, yeah.
That's a good
I get
segue.
it. Yeah,
That's a good
I
segue.
understand.
Meningitis.
Well, we already talked about it. I didn't talk about that.
Oh, yeah, well, fuck that. Y'all talked about the clip. Oh, that was off the air. About the clips.
Hey, man.
This shit was
My
funny to
hats
me.
off to the Clippers, though.
Yeah,
We're going
I hate to say it.
I hate to say that shit, but bruh,
Y'all matured.
hey,
We're not like you.
I know.
They're
That's why you're going to get caught in the crossfire.
They're tied for number 1 in the West right now. You know what I'm saying? They're actually playing
I keep that hate strong.
really good ball. I can't front. I can't hate. You know
I did not see that
is what
coming.
it is. Yeah.
I mean, Lou Williams coming off the bench and then being their closer, that fits them.
Yeah.
And they have a full roster of guys that are willing to do all the dirty work to get Lou to in that position. And then they got Gallinari who can hit buckets. I forgot
from deep.
Yeah, who's the cat that's where's number 5? That dude's a fucking hustler. The one that looks like he's wearing a wrap around his head because he's got the dreads.
Shit, I know who you're talking about.
He's a hustler. I see him in every fucking highlight doing the dirty work.
Yeah.
He's like this. He's like their team's DeMar Carroll.
Yeah.
Looks like him too.
Shit.
But the reason why I'm bringing them up is because this shit was funny. The game yesterday against the Mavs. So Dennis Smith chipped his tooth.
He did?
Yeah. That shit was motherfucking chipped. I don't know if it was chipped or if it was gone. But his tooth wasn't the same after that. That's all I know.
Toothing was the same.
And then Patrick Beverly got into it with a fucking fan. And allegedly, according to Beverly, the fan had told him, fuck your mom twice. So then Beverly took the ball and threw it at this nigga in the stands and got ejected.
Bro, I mean, as a man, there's only so much you could take.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand that you're not supposed to do that shit.
I'm not even mad at him.
Not at all.
As a paying customer, if you want to be a part of the game, you better be ready to be a part of the game.
Yeah, seriously.
Like that, to me, there's heckling and then there's that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't do that.
Yeah, don't ever talk about the dude's mother, dog.
I don't do that.
I never.
I talk a lot of shit about teams I don't like. I don't do that. I keep it to in between the lines. Anything outside
because you know
of
your
that,
spot. There's no why are you gonna heckle them? So they go up to you and check you in their face, and then you gonna be scared and
then
scream a
Spike Lee
lawsuit. And Spike.
Reggie Miller.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit happens, man.
And then I don't know if you saw KD
I saw that.
when he went to that Dallas fan.
Yeah.
Martin, you weren't here last week. So.
I saw that.
I saw that shit.
I mean,
Yeah.
Bro.
you had to. I mean, you're talking shit. Fuck you.
How many times
say
do I
that's
have
Draymond.
to say that KD is a bitch? Like, how many times do I gotta tell you guys KD is a bitch?
Second best player in the world. Don't get me wrong. But
No, don't
He's
be.
like
hey,
M. He's
his
like M.
talent is undeniable.
He's like
but
M,
he's
insecure.
Still a bitch.
Well, I don't say M's a bitch, but he's like M. He's insecure.
Okay, but he's not attacking somebody who's like, you know, on the sideline, just talking shit like you would with your friends
Right.
or even at a game. You know what I mean? God forbid.
Watch your fucking mouth and watch your game, you bitch.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
Hey, you can't do that.
Why? But is he gonna go at Draymond?
No.
Just saying.
Hell no.
That's all I'm saying too. But so he threw the ball in the stands, and then that reminded me of the ESPN 30 for 30 because they just ran the Bobby Knight one.
Is it out now, or did it already
Yeah, they ran
happen?
it last. It was the same night as the Saints Cowboys game.
Man, and they don't even repeat those, huh?
They do. They should repeat them. It should be on.
But they don't. But like they don't do like repeats like after that episode, and
No,
they
they
show
should.
Sports Center, and they don't. But usually they don't do 30 for 30s like that.
No, they do.
They do now.
They've been doing that.
No, but usually when they show a 30 for 30 shit, like if they were aired only once, and then you have to wait literally like a week or 2 or 3 days later to watch the repeat. That's what I've seen.
I saw it.
So how was it?
Yeah, motherfucker. And to sum up one,
okay, that sums it up.
Sum it all up in one. He got pissed off with how the players were acting. So in the locker room, he went to the toilet and he pulled his pants down and he wiped his ass and he took the toilet paper and showed them, this is how you guys are playing.
Oh, so he nearly went and Singletary on him, huh?
No, he wiped his ass.
I know, but he nearly did.
Like,
he nearly did. That's what I'm saying.
That's nothing of what
Singletary pulled his pants down during fucking practice.
That's not an almost Singletary. That's a Singletary and a.
I said
Singletary and a half.
Singletary and a half. That's what I meant to say. Singletary and a half.
That's Singletary overkill.
Yeah. Wiped his ass and said, "This is how you're playing right." I bet Jay got super silent. Like,
yeah, I was like,
if that was me, I'd have been like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah, like I'm just seeing all these kids and I'm like, I'd have fucked his ass up. And that would have been over a period of time. It just wouldn't have been that. I'd have fucked that nigga's ass up. Because all them they were saying, you know, of course they're kids. They're fearful of the situation because he was kicking professors, talking shit to anybody. Like he was like God Almighty at Indiana.
He was a bully
at Indiana. And
I
was like,
not me.
In my household, the bigger you are, the harder you fall. So if you want to come correct with that shit, I'll turn the Latrell Sprewell on this motherfucker. Like straight up. But the documentary overall was good. It was just sad because like 5 of the key players they passed away, including the one player that opened up all the doors. He died from a heart attack.
Ain't that a bitch?
Yeah.
How many championships he win?
1 or 2.
Only 2.
I don't even know, man.
I just know him from his.
I
just know it's from his antics. How he just throws chairs and just yelling at motherfuckers. Bobby Knight was ahead of his time, way ahead of his time.
Yeah. He was at the right time.
Right time. You can't do that now.
Nope.
Oh, these kids would have fucked you up. They're grown ass men. Imagine them doing that to Zion.
Yeah.
Do the Duke. Oh, he would have chokeslammed his ass.
Oh shit! He would fuck him up. Are you kidding me?
Krzyzewski in that motherfucking hoop.
He would have chokeslammed his ass. Shown some Undertaker shit.
But speaking of that, I also saw something else that everybody needs to fucking see if they have Cinemax. And if you don't have Cinemax...
Cinesex or Cinemax?
Cinemax.
Okay, making sure.
And if you don't have Cinemax, but you have Amazon Prime, you gotta download the app through Amazon. You have to see this fucking series. It's Mike Judge, who of course creator of Beavis and Butthead.
Classic.
He has Tales from the Tour Bus. And this whole second season is dedicated to funk artists.
Oh shit!
The whole first season was country. This is all dedicated to funk, and these are names of that this follows. So far, George Clinton, Rick James,
bitch,
Bootsy Collins, and they just finished the first part of James Brown.
Oh, there's a 2-parter for James Brown.
Yeah.
Oh, they must have stories.
When I tell you, I have not laughed this hard that quickly in a long fucking time. I have not laughed.
Like, were you like shitting your pants?
Like I was pausing it. It hurt.
So you were working out.
It was hurting to laugh. Because the thing of it is that, yes.
I didn't know it was on Amazon. You didn't say that.
I just said it.
I know.
No, right now. This very second. You just said it now.
So, all of it.
Watch with the Cinemax subscription.
Exactly.
So, damn you.
All of it is animated. So it's all if the artists have passed away, it's all the people closest to them. It's real life interview, their voices.
Yeah, I remember seeing the trailers for it. Yeah.
But it's all animated, and when they go back and relive some of this shit, it is some of the funniest shit I have seen in a long time. There's one I just want to pull out, and it's not even.
Is it a spoiler? Because I want to laugh. Damn. Okay.
George Clinton at one point says there was a point where LSD just wasn't working for anybody. Like, it just wasn't getting the creative juices. So that's when I started smoking crack.
He said it just like that?
Yeah. And Larissa's sitting next to me and she goes, did this nigga just casually say that LSD wasn't working anymore, so he started smoking crack? And I looked at him and I was just like, yes.
He can never he can never gain this money, come back home. Damn.
That was just the first episode.
He just had them good burgers.
God damn.
That shit was that shit. I'm telling you, Mike Judge presents, and then it's funny too because he's doing it in the same voice as Hank from King of the Hill.
Oh wow!
So
that's his southern voice.
Yeah,
That's
so
his
he's
default southern voice.
As he's narrating everything, you had another example where one of a close associate from Rick James, or I think it was actually George Clinton still. He was like, "Yeah, they're bringing up Parliament," and I'm like, "Who's Parliament?" And then here comes Mike Judge. He would find that out the hard way.
Wow. Mike Judge is a legend, man. Next to Aaron McGruder, it's Mike Judge, man.
Yeah.
Beavis and Butthead was and King of the Hill. Two of the great. Was King of the Hill like a spinoff of Beavis and Butthead, kind of?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I thought Dara was too, kind of.
Yeah.
Dara was a spinoff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, remember when he brought back Beavis and Butthead for that? I like that, the almost like low-key reboot or whatever. He didn't do another season. I was kind of mad
I just
about
wish
that.
they would have been adults at that time.
Yeah.
That would have been funny.
That would have been kind of funny. That would have been kind of funny.
Them being adults in this new era.
No, there would have been something like Workaholics. There would have been like something like Workaholics.
Right.
Beavis and Butthead as Workaholics type of shit.
But
man, we just get the bag out.
Nah, fucking everybody listening to this, go watch those. It is fucking hilarious.
Oh, I believe you. I might just watch this. Man, I've been fucking... Man, there's so much shit on my fucking list on Netflix. And I got the Hulu Black Friday subscription. I could just say this now because y'all They were really sneaky on Black Friday. They gave out a... What's it called? A deal where you could have Hulu, their subscription for 99 cents a month. So for the whole year, it's just 99 cents. I'm saying it now because it's over now.
Yeah.
But
I seen it though.
But they were hella sneaky on how they did it because they didn't really promote it like that. I saw it on Twitter and I'm like,
it was word of mouth.
It was like, I was like, oh, this ain't real. And I go on fucking Hulu and I see a countdown clock and I'm like, oh, this is real. Then I looked and I'm like, oh my god.
Damn, for your typing went into overdrive?
Yes. Yeah, and then I looked and I'm like, I have it on the PS4 and I'm like,
Did you add Living Single? Or Living Single to the queue?
Too much. It's too much, man.
Well, because Larissa already has it, and I was like, you want me to get it? And she goes, no, because I'm not watching commercials. And I was like, cool.
Yeah, they have commercials. That's the only thing. But they have Martin on there, don't they? They got Fresh Prince, don't they?
Golden Girls.
They got Boy Meets World, don't they? Oh.
I'll tell you one show Larissa got me watching, and I am not ashamed to say I've been watching it. Will and Grace.
You know what show you should watch?
That shit is fucking funny.
You know what show
the older Will and Grace.
Yeah.
That shit's funny.
You know what you should watch? The Handmaid's Tale.
I have no idea what that is.
It's
what?
The Handmaid's Tale.
Okay, I didn't hear you the first time. I got you.
Yeah,
that's enough.
It's a trippy show. They won hella Golden Globes and shit. It's about this chick that got pretty much brought into this cult and they're like handmaidens and shit like that. And they're trying to break out.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Everybody's been talking about that.
Dude,
I'll find a way.
First episode is just wild.
I usually only use Hulu for nostalgia.
I mean, yeah, but they're coming up on the original content. There's too much nostalgia. You know how we talk about music? There's too much shows, man. I'm on this BoJack Horseman fucking binge right now, and then F is for Funny's back,
man.
huh?
Oh.
I'm on the third season now. I'm like, oh,
it starts getting rough. The last 3 episodes of season 3.
I heard it gets real. Like I remember Edgar was always telling me he needs to start, and it gets really just real. And I was like, and I hear there's a lot of critical acclaim. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna watch this. And I just finished the episode when he was underwater. You remember that one? And then he's walking around, and then someone just goes and says, "Hey, motherfucker, move away!" He looks away. He's like, "What?" Pushes the button. Oh, you gotta be
back in the 90s.
That was I laughed. I was like,
wait till you see the equivalent of that episode in season 5, because they have an episode. They have all those episodes are one and the same. They just do them in different stories.
Okay.
Wait till season 5 when he does that, and you're gonna be like. That needs to win everything that it's up.
It came out this year, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like that episode, you're gonna be like, you're gonna know which one it is too. I don't have to tell you. You're gonna know exactly what it is, and when it finishes, you're gonna be like,
I'm gonna call you.
Yeah, and you're gonna be like, if that motherfucker doesn't win every single fucking award that it can possibly win, I swear to God.
Someone going on. Push the button.
Yeah.
Push the button.
Right.
The explosion button. Push it.
Which one?
The explosion one.
I need no explode. I need something else, man.
What do you need though?
I don't know. I hear flex behind that one all the time.
To this day.
fucking lied.
I think our is our Joe. You know how Joe Budden has gunshots? Our gunshot is. That's our.
That's just when something's just nasty.
A lot of nasty shit, man.
Yeah. Speaking of Joe, I'm glad you're now watching Joe Budden on Love and Hip Hop.
Love and Hip Hop, yeah.
One thing I cannot do.
What?
I cannot watch Love and Hip Hop in the mornings.
Why?
To start my day off. I promise you. I watched the episode. I think the following morning because I stayed at Larissa's.
The first episode.
First episode
right?
of season 6.
Yeah.
In New York. So I finished watching it. We're both getting ready for work, and then as we're talking, she just asks out of nowhere. She's like, "Speaking of your dad, have you heard from your dad lately?" And as I'm talking, I'm like, "No, I mean I ain't heard from him." And then as we're talking, I'm like, "I can't talk to you right now." And she's like, "Why?" And I'm like, "I just finished Love and Hip Hop, and now this conversation sounds like this is fucking Love in Bay Area, and I feel like me and my father is my storyline for the fucking season, and I can't talk to you right now." So from that point on, I was like, I can't watch Love and Hip Hop in the mornings and have dialogue with her. Because it sounded so fucking eerie in how we were doing. Like, we were going in different rooms, and then we were picking up where the conversation was. The angles were different.
Wow.
I could visualize everything. I was like, nah, we're not doing this.
You went too deep.
Nah.
No.
Get out!
I'm surprised there's not a Love and Hip Hop Bay Area yet.
Because somebody will get killed.
Yeah, someone will get shot out
End of
here.
story. First episode.
I see it featuring Filthy Rich. I see it Filthy Rich.
God, right there, you already fucked the whole shit up.
I see Mozzie. I see
what
Mozzie.
the fuck?
No. You're just thinking of random street niggas.
No. Okay. Who else?
You gotta think of niggas that have
I Am Sue.
drama with women.
No, drama with women. Okay.
So you have to, and I'm not speaking as if I know, but I would imagine you'd have to throw in Clyde Carson.
Yes.
Because as street as Clyde Carson is, women fucking love him. So you would imagine that he
Filthy Rich has to be on. Filthy Rich has to be on that too.
For sure. I don't know if he would be a regular.
Yeah, but he has to show up. I could see him on there.
I'm just saying, man. With
Too
his
Short.
background,
Too Short.
Too Short would definitely have to be involved.
Too Short would be on that. How many people on there? There's always like
One
6
way or the
people.
other.
There's always like 6 people on that shit.
You gotta have Sweetie because she's like you're talking about the guys. You gotta find women.
On
to
there.
lead this.
Sweet. And what's her name? Kamaya.
Yeah.
Kamaya.
Well, but see, the thing is, it's Love and Hip Hop. You just can't find names that are bait.
No. But she seems like that type. Because I see how she tweets.
Fuck, throw in Sana G.
bruh, 40. You see how he is with his wife,
married,
bro?
yeah.
Like.
Yeah, but I think he'd probably be boring. He doesn't seem like the type
What
that
the
argue.
fuck? Him boring?
Not boring.
Bro, he's like, first of all, he's at every game.
No. I'm talking about
front
drama.
row.
Drama type of shit.
No, but there's always
I
one.
get what you're
There's
saying.
always one elder statesman that
True.
stays.
That's why I say Too Short. No, stay
Too Short
away
would be
from
his
drama.
shit.
He
That's
ain't
what I
got no
meant.
love.
E40 would be the opposite end. Where
So we're literally casting Love and Hip Hop right now. Hope
Yeah.
Sean is listening. So Filthy Rich, Too Short, Sweetie,
40.
40. Two other. What'd you drop?
Charger. My bad.
I said Sana G.
Shauna G. She would be a good. Oh,
Yeah.
Keisha Cole.
Nah, because she was already on Hollywood and
She was on that. You the one.
she was a one and done. She didn't want to do that shit afterwards anymore.
Okay, that's
And her storyline really wasn't.
interesting.
It wasn't interesting because it was mainly focused on Busby, her ex, the one that played for the Cavs.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say burner, but he would be like that type that would just make cameos here and there.
Yeah.
He seems like
Yeah.
that dude that would make cameos.
I mean, he's at this point. He's.
I mean, you'd have to go into the IG chicks from the Bay.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Damn, who are the IG chicks from out here?
I don't know.
I don't know. I thought you would know.
I know Nikki Blades. She bad.
There's one more.
Who?
Oh shit.
Who?
Jay Stallion.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I was saying.
Jay Stallion would be perfect for comic relief.
Yes.
Easy. He is fucking.
No.
If you watch him on Instagram, he's fucking funny.
No, you know who I'm
He's
thinking
hilarious.
of? That's one other person. What's his name? Hustler.
That's where
that's
where the
tough.
show gets canceled.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's a mob figure.
Tough, bro.
Yeah.
There's a whole street element that comes with him.
Yeah. You know how much the ratings would be for the.
But you know, I mean, for the most part,
Hustler's funny as fuck though.
That's what I'm saying.
I've met Hus.
Too, though,
So I'm not
Same
saying
here.
I'm not saying it wouldn't work because he is charismatic.
Yeah.
That shit
Yeah.
would work. I'm just saying he's a fig. So
I get what you're saying on that end.
That element comes with him.
But he's trying to change that whole image around.
And no, but I'm not
I
saying
know that there's a lot to it.
right.
like the history,
right?
But he's trying to do.
But
better.
no, if he's charismatic enough to get it done, it's just I'm not talking about from his perspective. I'm talking about producers would block that shit once they figure out everything that comes. You know,
all the fuck shit that comes with it.
Right.
But loving it. I'm just saying. So our cast.
Him doing that performance in front of them kids.
Mm-hmm. Well, you died laughing. You died
that
laughing.
shit was kind
Him cutting it up at that shoe opening with them kids on stage. Yeah.
So pretty much
fuck all that. Get Huss on the show.
So our cast would be Filthy, Hustler, Too Short, Sweetie, fucking who else? Jay Stylin.
Some IG models.
Some random IG model.
Bartenders or whatever. Well, they're all one and the same.
I mean, well, there ain't really no bartenders out here too much like that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They're all one and the same. Probably club promoters and whatever. Yeah.
But I see Love and Hip Hop Bay Area that'll be one season. I'm
sure they've already tried to work on it.
They tried to. I remember when Filthy said that they wanted to cast him. I remember that back then.
Yeah.
But it can still happen.
Yeah.
We just really gave out the blueprint of how they should do it. We better get a bag for that. What's the chick's name? The producer? Shauna? Not Shauna.
No.
Let's look that up just to make sure. Whatever the case, we better get that back because we put it out in the universe. And if it happens, they have the same people. I'm gonna be mad.
I just want a little piece of the pie.
We want a little piece of that because it should have happened already. Honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's her name? We live, people. Whatever the case, Love and Hip Hop Bay Area will be a must watch. It will be fuckery and someone gonna die. Someone gonna get
and you knock on wood too.
Because I don't want no one to die. This podcast has been right too much.
Moni, I think.
Oh, Moni. Yeah, Mona. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, Love and Hip Hop Bay Area coming soon. 2020. Lakers 2020.
Coming soon on Trapflix.
Trapflix.
Hey.
I was gonna say someone else should be on there. I'll tell you after we get off.
Oh, you ain't gotta say. I already know.
You bitch.
Yeah.
Okay. So. Anyways, our illies are coming up probably like next week. It is
probably next week.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said it is next week. I'm just saying it.
Look, I love spending time with y'all, and we're obviously gonna spend a lot of time during the holiday season with each other.
We did too many shows this year.
But I need a fucking break.
We all need breaks. If you made this far, we need breaks, man. The holidays are coming up. There's going to be a lot of end of the year lists. The Grammy nominations are coming out at the end of the week. I wanted to talk about it, but you can catch me on Twitter. Yeah. Not that.
Oh, of course, Fab's got to make some
nice
Fab should have been on the guest, Mr. Fab.
Oh, he has to.
Yeah,
yes.
He can make some appearances for sure.
He'd be on the show. Take out Hustler, put in Fab. Hey, Fab looks like he has drama.
Not when Hus was performing with those kids, man.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, someone has to go then.
I don't know. It ain't happening. So
ain't happening.
Just put them all on the show. I'm watching that every single fucking week.
Damn, that would be fire though. But yeah, we're gonna next week is the Aliens, and that will be our last episode or whatever this fuck content we have for this year. So
the first fucking Monday in January.
First Monday of January.
Oh yeah.
That's because New Year's is on a Monday. You know that,
New Year's Eve is on a Monday.
Oh, the week after. Okay, you're right. Yeah. No, that's gonna be. I was gonna say you're gonna have an episode after New. We're gonna have an nigga. Wasting on movies.
Hell nah.
That's what I meant. Yeah.
Bringing my brown ass in here until the 7th.
Yeah, for real. But yeah, we made our list, and our list is gonna pretty much be all over the place. But what we did agree on was there are some albums that were just disappointing, either forgettable or they were damn right disappointing.
Hell no!
So we're gonna call this the worst of the year. Press that button. And first. So,
where do you want to start?
You want to start from the bottom up?
God.
From most forgettable.
Let's go most disappointing first.
Disappointing first. From the bottom up. From the bottom up.
From the bottom up.
From the bottom up. And there's no order. We're just
but we don't say the last one for last for obvious reasons.
So how we did most disappointing. How we did most disappointing was very simple. It had the hype. It had buzz. But when the craft came out, it just did not fucking match. And it just left us looking around like, the fuck happened? The hell was that?
What?
Hold on.
And if you've been tuning into the podcast all year, you should pretty much know what the fuck those albums are. I wouldn't even say hell. I'm even gonna say one of them is we gotta take off the forgettable. We gotta put it on disappointing.
Oh, you talking about when we started YG?
Oh, yeah?
You talking about YG and Queen?
YG, no, that stays.
Oh, yeah.
YG Stay Dangerous. That is the first.
Oh my
Yeah,
God!
man.
Yes, that's a round of applause. That's a round. No, we're gonna give that motherfucker a round of applause.
Yeah,
That was the most disappointing. That disappointed me personally.
And it started off with the album cover. Shit.
Nah, it started off with the
Dragon.
single. It started off when I knew something was off, and I remember in the show we kept saying, "This doesn't feel right, man. I have a bad feeling about this." On some
Yeah.
Han Solo shit, we had a bad feeling about this shit. First single, I was like Big Bang. I was like, okay, I have a bad feeling. And then the album dropped, and my God,
just nothing but
disappointing. Like I said, I was never gonna revisit that album, and I have not revisited that album since.
Neither have I.
There's no point to listening to it.
That was a one and done.
One and forget it. Like, what the fuck, YG? I know you better than that.
Fuck, man. Did I
And when I say
just
one,
waste my time?
And when I say one and done, I mean one weekend and that was it.
That was
because you know sometimes you got to go back. Like maybe I was just in a bad mood. Play it back second time.
Yeah.
Nah.
And then before the show, all right, let me try this one more time because of course that dropped when Swimming and Astroworld dropped. So it's like, okay, maybe just try one more time.
No.
Yeah.
It was just that after My Crazy Life and Still Brazy, he knows better than that. DJ Mustard knew better than that. He was more focused on Ellie Mae. That's what I'm gonna say. He was more focused on her because he produced. He was executive producing. He was more focused on that, and YG was just whatever.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
So you have that. Beer Pongs and Bentleys by Post Malone.
I still have not listened to it, but you were just.
I was highly disappointed because I love Rockstar. Rockstar is a great fucking song, and then just to go through.
I mean, he sold pretty well.
Of pure ass, which just matches because you know, Bossip called him the human poop cloud. And then, of course, that rumor started off where everybody says he looks like he smells like shit. And that's basically the equivalent, that's the epitome of this album. Just going through it. Jimmy was fucking laughing on Twitter as I'm going through these. I remember that. He's like, you're actually listening to this album. You're doing the dirty work that all of us are trying to put off until Monday. He was not wrong. I just kept listening to it and I'm like, it's the only time I've done a first listen review and midway through I start talking about other shit.
You really did. I remember that.
Damn.
I know.
It was bad.
I remember, and then it sold well. It was one of the highest selling albums this year, which is mind blowing. Like he was the highest selling white rapper this year, not named Eminem. That was
the funny thing is
wild.
they're saying rapper, and he's like
they didn't even. But they said
rapper.
he's not a rapper no more. He's a pop
rap.
star. He said flat out. They said they're not even nominating him. The Grammy said he's not going to be in the best rap category this year.
Right.
So
It's because he doesn't rap, bro.
at all,
Yeah.
he's a vocalist. If anything, he's a crackheaded vocalist. Or no, a hippie. He's like a hippie.
Yeah.
A hippie pop
Hey,
star.
come on, man. Don't do that.
Okay,
Don't do that.
my bad. Okay,
No.
that's for weak people. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, he's just.
But I will say the one beautiful moment of this album was
when it ended.
No, 21 Savage. That's really when I started.
Oh,
that's
noticing?
when the turn for 21 Savage started picking up for me. Was his guest verse on Rockstar.
All right. Well, Nasir.
Nasir by Nas.
I'm gonna put because I remember when we reviewed it, you were going through the fucking lyrics. You were breaking it down, and I was looking at you like, why are you doing this? If the lyrics are self-explanatory, and it's about the 7 deadly sins, and I told your ass, I don't think so. Well, Genius said that. Well, Genius, when Nas came out and just said, nah, man, Miss Connie just made shit up. And I was like, well, and then after that, we were just like, well, no. There's still some songs I like on that shit.
But even then,
I still low-key like the album.
Even when I was breaking it down, I still said there were, 2 or 3 songs that just, they weren't gelling with me off the jump. So I already came into it with, it sounds good, let's break it down, but there's still some joints missing. And then I went back and listened to it right before Kamikaze or after Kamikaze, and I was just like, oof.
I personally like the album. I still like the album. It's still, I love everything.
He does not sound good over those beats because they're too fucking slow for him.
No, this is what happened. This is why I still feel what happened about all those Wyoming sessions. Kanye was so focused on Pusher, and then his ADD kicked in and said, I'm going to work on everybody's shit at the same time. And he just rushed the shit. And it's still with Nasir and Tiana Taylor. And I personally still like the Nasir album like that. I can see why people call it disappointing. But personally to me, I still kind of like that damn album.
To me, it was one of those things, though, like, you put Nas and
over Kanye West.
Yeah, Kanye together.
But you have to have them
like, brother,
focused.
But still, damn all that.
Yeah.
You put them two together, you're expecting masterpiece.
I mean, Still Dreaming on Hip Hop Is Dead. You remember that record? On Hip Hop Is Dead, Still Dreaming? But y'all don't remember it then. Yeah, it was featuring Kanye, and Kanye produced. That was one of their best records. That was one of the best records on the album. It was still a dope ass record. Or on Lost Tapes. It was called the Fetus record, I think it was called. That was a good one. So they've done songs together, but that was a different era, different Kanye and shit.
Definitely.
So but
definitely a different
I think
Kanye.
what needed to do was they needed to really be focused. Kanye needed to be in that studio with Nas and really just work the same way he did with Pusher. He should have did that with Nas. That's what I thought he was doing. But
like I said.
No.
Yeah, but like I said, man, you put them together, you expect a masterpiece.
That's gotta be knocked out the park. There shouldn't be.
It should have been like Commons B. Remember Commons B?
But
it should have been like that.
Even then, it just what I'm saying is that if you're doing 7 tracks, not one of them should be a slip up.
Nah,
especially the last track.
Even had it been 6 out of 7, that's still disappointing in my eyes. That should be knocked out the park.
It should have been. So you saying it should have been up there with Daytona?
Yeah.
And
it wasn't.
Yeah,
sure.
That was
doesn't sound good over slowed down beats. And proof of that is when he started rapping on fucking the Poison album on Echo. That's proof of that.
Swizz Beats knows how to use. But personally, I still like it. But whatever. And then let's get to Ye. Because
I'm gonna skim through that because that's self-explanatory.
See,
I mean,
that shit sounds like Wyoming.
Album cover
Rush
to track, yeah, you know what I mean. Like,
it was. That's one of those albums. I'm not even gonna defend. I'm gonna defend it over another album that's disappointing. But other than that, man, Kanye is better than that. But even his most disappointing is better than certain people's. But it's just like that's when the streak was over for me. The streak was over because he from College Dropout to Life of Pablo. I'll defend to this day. But Ye, nah, I ain't defending that. He half-assed that. And he's better than that.
Yep.
Speaking of who knows better than that, your boys Migos are better than that.
Yeah, that one really did. That was really hurt.
You remember how you listened to the album at first? Retell that story.
Yeah, I forgot that shit was on Shuffle. I ended up being a devil worshiper for 20 minutes. Remember Busby saying, "Yeah, I don't know about this album." And I remember the first 5 or 6 tracks it played. I was like, "What the fuck?
Fuck you, niggas!
This shit knock." And I realized it was on Shuffle, and I was like,
"No."
Well, I'm gonna try again tomorrow. I tried again tomorrow, and I was like,
tried again the next day.
I know what he was talking about now.
Yeah, I listened to that shit. I listened to that shit on my drive up to Tracy. For those who don't know, that's like that's an hour drive. Yeah, so I had enough time. But damn, that shit was boring.
How long? How many tracks?
Seriously.
How many tracks was Culture 1?
13.
And this was 26, 24. Yeah, they were playing it like it was a double disc. Yeah. And they're gonna come out with Culture 3 next year. They should not release Culture 3 at all. They should really, because they oversaturated themselves. All 3 of them, as a group and as a staff record label and as a motherfucking crew, they oversaturated themselves, man. I love Culture 1. I love that shit.
That's what themselves did, but Quality Control did a great job this year.
I was talking about Migos.
Themselves did.
That's what I meant.
Quality Control as a label,
yeah,
they handled everything well.
Offset's supposed to drop his album, and people are anticipating this one. They're gonna have the same fucking results, man.
I don't know, man.
Everyone said that about Quavo.
No. I have not said shit about Quavo because I already know what to expect from him.
Takeoff.
I know what to expect from him. JC was expecting something slightly different, but I knew what to expect from him in my mind.
Mm-hmm. So now people saying Offset's gonna have the best project.
I felt ever since I heard Slide of the Calvin Harris track.
Yeah.
When I first heard Offset on that, I was like, dude, this guy could rap over fucking anything.
He's the most versatile one.
What?
He's the most versatile one.
Most versatile.
Yeah,
easily.
He's the Schoolboy Q of the Migos in terms of T. He's the Migos and QC what Schoolboy Q is to TDE.
Schoolboy Q, yeah. Okay.
So I mean,
and he's married to the baddest, the top chick in the game.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, you already know his features are gonna be good. So, you know what I'm saying? Like that's how top. But I'm talking about now as far as his own lyricism. Yeah. Look at every feature he's been on this year. He's knocked them out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I got nothing but upside coming from that one. I mean,
Culture 2.
But Culture 2 was not it.
That was not it. Even Leor even said in that Breakfast Club interview, how many tracks were on that? He was like, 12. How many were on this one? He's like, yeah, okay. And that's all he said. It was like, it speaks for itself. They should have been 12. Mm-hmm. Because in that Culture 2, there is certain tracks on there that do knock. Yeah. If they would have picked those 12 tracks, it would have been up to par with Culture 1. Mm-hmm. But it is what it is.
Somebody else that should have trimmed down the final most album of the year.
Yes. The most. Even though it was, let's break down the stats. It was the highest selling album of the year. It had 3 #1 hit singles. You probably went to the club and heard it. Drake, Scorpion, get over here. What is there to say that we talked about this shit numerous times, but yet again, Drake does not have the album of the year. As a cohesive body of work, he can't do that. He can make a dope ass playlist, but honestly, I ask everybody this question. I ask my homegirl, when you think about Scorpion, are you going to remember all the hits and a few songs? Like, you're going to think about the #1 singles, this Diamond record, God's Plan, that went diamond. Mm-hmm. And fucking Nice for What? Mm-hmm. Fucking In My Feelings. Mm-hmm. And then you got Nonstop. Mm-hmm. That's the hood record. When I'm in the bar, everyone loves that. But I'm just saying.
I know what you're saying, but that song really just irritates my soul.
Oh, I know. It irritates me too. But
it's like, bro, you should not be talking like that.
If you're a real Drake fan, I'm upset.
I'm upset. Yeah. And then there's Jaded.
Mm-hmm. Which I'm upset. I trashed it. It's not a good song, but when the beat comes on, you can't help but
nod your head to it. I remember I was in a bar one time and that song came on, and usually when everyone hears Drake, everyone goes crazy. But when I'm Upset came on, everyone literally just stopped dancing in unison. It was like a mood killer, and that DJ never played that song again. I was just like, even this chick next to me, she was dancing with me, and she was like, I hate this song.
Hell no.
In that voice too. Pause. But yeah, okay. So it's those singles, and then I'm Upset, and then Jaded. The Michael Jackson record,
8 out of 10.
No.
8 out of 10. You know you could thank for 8 out of 10.
Joe Budden. Oh, LeBron.
Oh
yeah.
Because again, 8 out of 10 was one where I was like, I'm not buying it. But then when the story kind of came out, and then it being the opening of the shop, it actually did grow on me.
Mob Ties. Yeah. Mob Ties
still.
No, but it's like it's the one that people flock to. Mob Ties, and then one more. I want to say the Michael record, but
that's about it. I had 8 songs altogether.
8 songs. That's 8 songs altogether at that point. And how many tracks are on there?
25.
Oh, it's 24.
25.
Well, whatever.
25.
Yeah, 25. So, as I've said before,
you don't remember that Jay-Z was on the album, do you?
No, because on my playlist, I don't have that record on there. Jay-Z was on there, and I forgot, and he gave a half-ass verse, because he literally phoned it in while he was on tour.
The winner of Drake vs. Meek got the bad verse from Jay.
Hey! And it was a half-ass verse, too. He half-assed that shit. Yeah. You can tell who he really cares about and who he doesn't care about. Makes you think, doesn't it? Yeah. But like I said, message. But then I've said time and time again, if you have to make a playlist out of a double disc album, you have failed. Am I right, Pusher? Yeah. I mean, I've said, do you make a playlist off of fucking Ready to Die? No. Do you make a playlist off of All Eyes on Me? Do you make a playlist on Crit shit? No. I mean, I had no backup with that. I just made my point. What were you gonna push?
No, I was depending on if you were gonna keep going.
No, those are the classic those are the classic double disc. Oh, I would say fucking would I make a playlist off Michael's History album? That was a double disc. Yeah, well, just it's for this sake. It's for this.
One of it was his greatest hits that were already out.
I know.
It's not fair. But you know what song I really think of every time I hear Scorpion?
What?
Story of Adidon.
We're gonna give an award to that. That's gonna get a special illy. That's like a special achievement award. Yeah. I arguably want to call that record of the year. We're gonna name it something. And I want to literally personally ship it to Pusher.
The dragon.
A dragon's head. Yeah, like I really do want to do that. I want to ship it to him or something, and he'll probably love it. He'll probably listen to the podcast. He'll love it.
So that was the most disappointing group. Most forgettable. I really only want to name. I only want to get into 2, but we'll name everything that was almost forgettable.
Forgettable.
Most forgettable isn't necessarily disappointing. It's just
from these type of artists.
It just came and went.
And literally.
Yeah.
Like literally, it came and went.
Literally came and went and disappeared. Never to be spoken of again.
Yeah. You guys remember Tinashe drop? She dropped Joyride.
When you told me that, I was like, she dropped?
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
She dropped Joyride.
Yeah.
You guys remember that Rich the Kid dropped The World Is Yours?
I remember that, and I only just remember the feature of Kendrick, and that was it.
Yeah. At one point, Quavo was the one where everybody was saying he needs to go solo, and that Quavo Huncho came.
The only thing I remember is that
Yeah.
Madonna record and Cardi, and that was it. And what was the shit called? Quavo Dreams. That was it.
Yeah. This one by far, it got so lost in the fucking shuffle.
Because it came out. It didn't came out during the whole Drake Pusha shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think that came out.
And when Kanye dropped.
Kids See Ghosts.
Oh damn! It was a double Remi.
ASAP Rocky and Testing.
It was because Ye dropped and the Drake and Pusha shit dropped. The Drake and Pusha beef was going, and then Kids See Ghosts happened. He didn't stand a chance.
Nope.
He did not stand a fucking chance. And the music didn't match. So I have yet to listen to it.
Yeah.
Don't even care to. Let's skip over Nicki, because I have something special for her. But
No, get to it now, because that's not
they're both
that's
equal.
not the most
They're both equal to me.
Nope. There is one that is more forgettable than the other.
Yeah. Well, Queen's more infamous, because I was so ready to roast this album to infinity and beyond, and then I heard it, and I'm just like, yeah. That's
You're gonna
Queen.
have the heart for it.
Well, it's called Peasant. It's called Queen in parentheses, but the real title is called Peasant, people.
That's that.
I mean, that's enough said.
That needs to be said.
I
have nothing to add to that.
I have not listened to this album.
Yeah.
Only time I hear this album is when I go to Queen Radio, because that's all Nicki ever plays. That's all Nicki ever plays is her music, mainly from Queen, trying to get those stream numbers up. It went to the highest it ever went on the charts was number 2. Because of why? Because Travis Scott said no. And ever since then, I kept watching. It kept slipping and slipping and slipping and slipping.
And to the point where now she's out on IG claiming blood. Like somebody else who has been claiming blood and had no problem staying on the charts this year.
Even had to add Fifi. She even tried to add Fifi as a bonus track, just so she could try to get that number 1 spot.
And then when Treyway got locked up,
the tour, let's just count out all the L's she took. The tour got canceled for a year. And then the Queen singles, itself. The Peasant, call it Peasant itself. The DM she sent to Wanna. And
Zane Lowe interview.
The Zane Lowe interviews. The beef with Cardi. She was a walking L this year. I asked who had the biggest L this year, Kanye West or Nicki Minaj, and it's literally neck and neck to me. Depending on how you look at it, Kanye failed on a political standpoint. Nicki failed just in the industry, period. So it's just because when you go to the club, you don't hear no Nicki records no more. Just Cardi, barely any Nicki records, and it's sad. I sometimes think to myself like, "This was you." When I hear all the Cardi records getting played, I'm like, "This was you, Nicki. This was you."
Especially when you found out what Cardi exposed, what she was passing up on.
Yeah, she passed up on the Maroon 5 record.
Passed up on
No Limit. Passed up on No Limit. Passed up on a few other pop tracks. Damn, Nicki.
I don't even remember, man, but it was a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Like it's and then
how
can you
L's.
be upset at somebody
that took your W's?
Yeah, no, that took something you passed up on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
and no, fuck that. When Travis had the number 1 album in the country, and she called him a whole ass nigga,
and started beefing with his
baby mama and his baby.
That shit was so trash, dude.
Like honestly, like Nicki was like an L because she couldn't take the fact that she lost. But she did take a win. She became she only had 1 win this year when she became the only female artist to have the most songs on the Billboard or whatever. It was some shit like that. And it was that's the only win she had. And that's the reason why she shouldn't have been beefing with Cardi, because her legacy is set. All she needed to do, if anything, she should have guided Cardi. But in the famous words of Chris Rock, women hate women.
Yep.
It could be Cardi in the next few years. Or if Cardi plays it
Give
right.
me a hell yeah.
If Cardi plays it right, she could just she could pull a Lauryn Hill, the right Lauryn Hill, and just live off this album. But Nicki, I don't know. She's approaching 40. She's about to be 36 next year, 37. All that plastic surgery is not going to last forever.
Time ain't on your side. No, it ain't.
What's that Casey and JoJo shit? Time is slipping us by.
Slipping away from me.
That's Nicki. Tick, tick, tick. Yeah, bish.
Tick, tick, tick.
So Peasant. That's I guess number 2 as the most.
You was trying to get away.
I don't know because I wanted to really. I wasn't trying to get away.
Get away from the but
no, but this is by far the most forgettable album of the year, and that goes to Mr. Justin Timberlake, Man of the Woods.
Man of bullshit.
Man of
Yep.
See, I liked Filthy when it came out. And on this album, I like a few, even on the playlist, back in the January, February.
Busby was trying.
No. It was certain songs. It was the only I only picked the strongest songs, and it was very few. After that, I revisited this album. Man, those country songs really killed the album.
Busby was doing his damnness to try to get everybody like, nah, this works. This is a good song.
No, there were some songs that worked.
I went back and listened to that February playlist, and I was like, nope.
No. Come on, Montana's still dope. Montana's still a dope ass.
Not all of those songs work.
Like, what other songs?
I can't name them.
You could bring it up. Don't play me.
I can't name them.
Montana worked, and
That shit is not in my iTunes.
no, but honestly, those songs, those records, like, remember when we first heard it? My first thought was, this album is just there. And I told one person, and then you text me, and you said the same shit. And I was like, did I tell you that shit? You're like, no, and that's how our minds connected, because that's how I felt about this album. The music was just there. And it's disappointing, because this motherfucker made 2020 Experience, man. Part 1.
Part 1. Not part 2. Fuck all that shit. I'm more upset over him fucking up the Jordan 3s, man. Like,
when he was creasing them.
Not even that. Why would you put? Because he had his own like signature edition.
Yeah.
Why the hell would you put the damn Nike swoosh on the Jordan 3? That shit is fucking beautiful. You fucked up that shoe.
See, his year kind of started off bad because of the whole Prince shit, and then the Super Bowl halftime show.
The damn shoes, bro.
Super Bowl halftime show.
Fuck.
It was bad. Timberlake just, and then after that he's on tour and he released videos. None of them videos really hit. The Man of the Woods title track was just trash. When he had Jessica Biel on it, it's Jessica Biel. My friend told me about this shit. My friend Nessa told me this shit. That ever since he got all the chicks he's ever been with, they represent a certain point of his life in the music. Justified, Britney Spears, right? Future Sex Love Songs, Cameron Diaz. They're still the greatest. And then, he was just getting the marriage and he had 2020 Experience, but he just literally got married. Now he's in marriage, and now we got Man of the Woods and a kid. So, and after that, I revisit this album. I'm like, you can't just touch country and touch R&B and try to do both sides. You either do that or do the other. Justin Timberlake can't do that shit. I'm sorry, Justin. That's a big old... He's better than that. But I still firmly believe, because that rumor came out that he's going to be in Coachella. He's going to be one of the headliners of Coachella. Mm-hmm. I believe he's going to pull a kamikaze, not just minus all the distance shit. He's going to do a makeup album. Probably going to be like 9 songs.
Well, he fucking better, because this shit was trash. I'm just saying. This shit was trash.
I ain't holding my breath.
I ain't holding my breath. I'm just saying, I'm just looking at the track record for people that headline Coachella. They always have a project coming or incoming. So,
or just dropped
right then and there, because I'm just saying. So, Justin Timberlake, congratulations.
Yeah. So again, most forgettable, most disappointing. Those projects, don't expect to see those on our list. That's all we're listing them off right now. Those are not making the list at all.
I mean, yeah, on my little top 50, Justin Timberlake got bumped off my 50 just now. Like, he's gone. Like, it's disappointing to say that.
My standpoint is, if I said I didn't like it, I wasn't going to try to put it on the list. I did not like it. It was just that simple.
Yeah. We're going to get an award for you, Pusher. We got it. I really want to ship an award to you.
I got something. Finally,
let's just
close out, because I know we're about, 3 hours in now?
Yep.
Yeah, we gotta wrap this up.
I ain't going to go to sleep. It's 10:13.
I know.
Lil Wayne's going on tour. The I Ain't Shit Without You tour. What a title.
You gonna go?
Oh, I mean, he's been saying that at the end of every show for the past I don't know how many
years, decades.
It's just funny seeing that title and how far hip hop has come.
Yeah,
because
just
you
being
don't try
able
doing
to
that
do
shit. Yeah, in 2001, nobody's going to that fucking tour.
But
But
for sure,
It should be small venue shows, kind of like
yeah, it's
that
more
would be
personal.
tight.
yeah.
But he's gonna be announcing the cities next week.
Yeah, it should be like those, and he's probably gonna have opening acts.
Right.
He's probably gonna have Tiger. Yeah.
So yeah,
that'd be tight.
they took the pictures, them two and Nicki.
Yeah, if you saw the video for Good Form, that's Queen. She added the Good Form remix on there. Don't matter.
Yeah.
And then Tommy Lee said that he's going after fucking Travis Scott for the roller coaster shit. Because he said, get your lawyer ready for some fucking tour he did back in the 90s.
Hell no!
Whatever Tommy Lee, you old ass niggas.
Yeah, what was funny about that was Vince Staples' response.
What is Vince? Vince said
He went to Twitter and he was just like, imagine being so fed up with a nigga that you just say, lawyer up, buddy.
Yeah, that's exactly what he said.
He said, cuz really said lawyer up.
Burnt. But in good news for Travis Scott, he's still winning. Because he blocked 6ix9ine from getting that #1 spot. Yeah. He released a remix to Sicko Mode. I forgot the DJ that did. Tisto, whatever his name is. But yeah, Sicko Mode, he has the #1 song in the country, and again, he has the #1 album in the country. So he's a second. So this whole year, it was Drake, it was Cardi, Gambino, just one other person. I think Travis. That's 4.
For what?
Who had #1 songs in the country? Drake, Cardi, Gambino, and Travis. That's like the fucking Mount Rushmore of #1 singles this year, man. So, hey, hip hop is here to fucking stay, hoe asses. OG Greedo, he's eligible for parole in 2020.
Yeah. Not OG, 03 Greedo.
03, my fault.
03 Greedo. So, of course, he went to prison earlier this year. His original scheduled release date was supposed to be May 31st, 2038. However, he is now eligible for parole in 2020. So, that is major news. Props out to him. Just keep your head high.
And stay low.
Doing good, stay low, and I'm sure he'll be out, considering all the positive he was doing before he went in.
Payless this finessed the fuck out of them.
I am so glad I have a woman who is not easily swayed by a price tag and will quickly go make $100 work for her right in the best way. Because when I told her that Payless did this fake high-end store called Paylessi, and they invited all these tastemakers and high-end folks,
and it was just a joke, right? Was it a joke or they really meant this shit?
Well, it was a
the
experiment.
That's what I meant. That's what I meant.
It was a social experiment.
Yeah.
But they legit rented out this place and dropped the Y from Payless and gave it this high-end fancy name, Paylessi. And these hypebeasts came in. We're talking about, oh, this is just the material. You could tell it's high-end. And they gave them all, like, I think $1,000 each. And just
to see what they'll spend.
Motherfuckers was buying shoes that was laced at $650 that you can get at Payless right now for $29.99.
Hype beasts, and I bet they were pissed. And they felt they got played.
Who's the one that said fashion is the biggest scam ever?
I think what's his name, Virgil said that.
Hey, look, that ain't the motherfucking truth.
Look what Virgil doesn't make. He makes a whole lot of bullshit, and niggas fucking fall for it. Yeah. I bet he laughs too. Stupid.
Should just burn shirts and put them in there and said, "Oh, this is Kanye's new."
Oh,
don't give Kanye ideas. He probably does that shit.
Oh god.
I saw a picture they dug up like, oh, they found 10,000. Oh yeah, that's what it was. I found 10,000-year-old trousers, and then somebody was like, "Don't let Kanye see that."
Literally, a man in Switzerland goes hang gliding and almost dies.
Did you see that shit?
I saw that. He was fucking stupid. Fucking white people.
I want to go hang gliding, but
that's you.
Immediately when we go, like, we gotta fight. That's a fade on sight. I guess they landed at 45 miles an hour, so he fucked up his wrist, fucked up his leg, and everything. And that was the first day of his vacation.
Well, that sucks.
That sucks.
Yeah. Oh well. Speaking of white people names, there's a dude named ABCDE on a flight.
That's not a dude.
Oh, a female?
That's a 5-year-old.
Why would you name your child ABCDE?
Southwest. This family was going back home, handed the ticket, and the attendant was looking like...
This was name?
And she passed it on. The mother got pissed off and got fed up. And I'm like, you should be pissed off at your fucking self. You done named this child Absidy, but you spelled it ABCDE. Literally.
Absidy.
Absidy.
Yeah.
ABCDE.
ABCDE.
I mean,
how you spell it?
I get it.
You do? Because I don't.
I get it.
Imagine, because you know when you
But it's
print your
fucking
tickets
stupid
out,
as shit.
when you print the tickets out, it's in all bold letters. So they're looking at this shit like, this is his name? Yeah. So, passenger A, B, C, D, E.
Yeah.
and the last name is E, F, G, H.
Oh, shit.
Which everybody's looking at like, okay.
Elemental.
Yeah.
Elemental.
Imagine reading that off and everybody's like, okay, cool, my road's ready to load.
Shit.
Now everybody gets up. Yeah. Good luck. Good job, Mom.
You can say R.I.P. the Impala because
Damn.
Chevy just took it to the back
Rest in
and just
peace.
done
Damn.
to the face. Yep.
The Impala is gone.
Oh well.
That nigga neck.
Yeah, man, he's making a killing off this shit.
Bruh.
He took
He's
that
literally
meme.
everywhere, man.
He's taking
next to
this.
blow.
He's taking the next to go. He's
next
next
to
up. He's next up. You know what I like about on WWE? NXT neck to NXT. Yeah, he's fucking what's it called? Cashing in on this. He's finessing everyone. I ain't mad at
At
it.
some point, I think he even went back to jail.
Went back
real
to
quick.
jail, but he
went
came
back
out.
to jail, and I was like, stupid necka.
I can't stand you.
Yeah, man. Hold your neck up.
And then finally, last but certainly not least,
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
Of course.
I love it so much.
Course. I had to send it to
Busby
you.
cannot escape it.
We can't escape it.
No, you can't escape it.
Nobody can escape it.
No, whenever I see it, you know how I go.
It's like, he's gonna probably do something tonight. He probably already did something right now as we're talking. But
Bow Wow, the Let Me Hold You challenge, where everybody goes in and they imitate Bow Wow in the Let Me Hold You video with that slow ass.
Let me hold you. Let me.
Dude, I swear that shit is all over fucking Instagram right now.
That shit was
That shit's
hilarious.
killing
I
me.
laughed at that. That was the one I actually chuckled, but I was like, Bow Wow can never die.
Nah.
His legacy is stamped.
It is signed, sealed, delivered.
I'm yours.
Yes, it is set. He belongs to the people.
And to you.
I mean, whatever.
And to you, Bow Wow is yours.
I said, what? To the people.
To the people.
To the people. I like that little next shit that Tom Hardy is. To the people. I might watch that when I get home. Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah.
Well, it is late as fuck, so we're gonna wrap this up.
Episode 115.
It was a long one, but that's the last one.
The final numerical one of the year.
Yep.
We started with what, 71?
And we got to 115.
That's a lot of fun.
High fucking five. And you came out on a win. But high five to you too.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Shit, that's
shit.
a lot of fucking episodes.
Hey man, a lot of shit happened.
Yeah.
A lot of shit happened.
Yeah.
Shout out to our fucking guest host. We had, who do we have?
Karina, Soul.
Soul. That's it.
Was that it this year?
Yeah, we had Rossi on in last year. Yeah. But still, man, thanks for listening. It's not over yet. We're going to do our fucking little year-end awards because, man, a lot of these motherfuckers deserve these awards. It was a lot of music, a lot of fire. A lot of fire dropped.
Yup.
So, we're gonna probably arguing during the week. I don't know when, because we still got to set this shit up. But,
Yeah.
shit.
I'm giving myself until Thursday. After that, that's when we start constructing. It's gonna be a process.
That's gonna be a whole man. I don't even know like all these other publications when they do their fucking list. I'm curious about all those lists that are coming out because you know everyone's gonna be all over.
Yeah. I mean, like, once again, people, this is our favorites.
Yeah,
If you want to take it as top and you want to argue to me about it,
or me.
that's cool. I
That's
just
cool.
want
No, you gotta
argue.
do it higher. You gotta do it in higher tone.
Come on.
That's cool. You gotta do it higher. That's cool. That's cool. I like how you said, "Come on, say it again."
You can bring it on. You can at me wherever you want.
See, JC Nuts all over.
all over my social media. Come holler at Jason Nuts when you get this list, and that'll be that.
Or
I ain't gonna say shit to you because these are my favorites. You ain't gonna sway my fucking position.
you can hit me on Twitter as Mr. Busby408, and I'm gonna say my list. And you may think you know, but you have no idea, and that's true life. What my list is.
If you know, you don't know.
If you don't know, you don't know. So, if you think Eminem's number one, you probably right. Nah. No.
God, hey, bruh.
I just want to troll y'all for a second. With napkins. But yeah, man, I'm prepping to see what Rolling Stone has at number one. I'm prepping to see who fucking Complex. I'm more curious about that because everyone's gonna be mad.
I really want to see what Ag had,
The
how
whole
he has it all
world's gonna
set
burn
up.
this month.
I can't wait.
It's gonna burn right before Christmas.
Shit.
Yeah.
No, I mean, we mean that for music. That's what for the in the world of music.
Well, somebody gonna meet up in where was it?
Tanaco.
Yeah, for when the Kobe beef. Where were they meeting up at?
Mm-hmm. Somewhere.
Wait, what?
When the two fans went at it
On Twitter on Christmas.
Meet me
in somewhere.
Tuscaloosa.
Tuscaloosa, some
Weird.
shit like
I have
that.
no clue what the fuck.
It was
Get out
about,
more, man.
Yeah.
It was on Twitter.
Yeah.
He was inside. He needs to be online.
Bro, you do remember like last week was a complete blur for me. Like the
This wasn't
entire.
last week.
This wasn't last week. This
Well,
was 2 years.
Okay, hold up. At that point, wait, hold on a second.
It involves
both
Kobe.
know- we both know that I smoke a lot of weed.
Yeah. But I'm more like I
clouded my
said.
memory a little bit.
Like I said, I'm very curious about how all these lists are gonna look. Because I know
Temecula.
Temecula.
Meet me in Temecula.
Oh, down south.
I'm curious.
All right.
Read that story. That was
I will.
4 years ago, actually.
Who do you think? I'll say off there. Who do you think will be number one on these lists for the majority? Because we saw Cardi was number one on time.
I don't care. I just care about our list.
Oh, of course.
That's all. That's gonna be a fucking journey to get through. By the time I get to everybody else's,
It's
I'm not
gonna
gonna
be
give a
hard
fuck.
to deny Travis. I think.
You think? You would think.
Yeah,
But
it's gonna
there's-
be kind of hard to.
People
deny
are talking the
Travis,
victory
but-
lap. People are talking Pusha.
I'm really. That's
But
one.
I
I'm really
definitely do
curious
see
to see where
Cardi.
Victory Lap lands on a lot of these lists.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was one of those albums that it came
Yeah.
out to start the year and it did not go away.
Can you
Yeah.
well, imagine if fucking championships would have dropped a little bit after that? That would have been a battle for number one, maybe. Who knows?
Possible, but only time will tell. That's really why I like having a cutoff, because I don't want to get caught up in the hype and just do it and place it there, and then a few weeks later,
It
like,
dies off.
I shouldn't have put that there.
Yeah, but I'm glad Meek dropped because now we could. Now I really don't give a fuck who drops. Someone's gonna drop, and I'm gonna be pissed.
Like I said, I'm gonna listen still. It's
Say
just,
more than- I don't-
I'm not gonna have the ears to rate it immediately.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
just have the ears to actually enjoy it for fucking
Yeah.
once.
Oh yeah, Martine, give your fucking.
Beats be killing them on every social media. And then on every digital streaming platform, Venomous, spelled VNMS.
Yep.
Venom.
And then, of course, follow the official podcast on Twitter, iLLogicalSP. On Instagram, The Illogical Sense. On Facebook, like the page, The Illogical Sense Podcast. Find us again. iTunes, SoundCloud, Spotify,
Google us.
Yeah.
Do your Googles.
Or you can actually listen to us on Google
That was the
Podcasts
whole
too.
point. I know.
Yeah.
I just want to say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then of course playlist up. We'll have the fucking our favorite 100 songs up by next week too.
Yeah. It's gonna be and just press shuffle on that. You can be devil worshippers there.
Yeah, that I don't give.
Yeah.
I don't give a,
Fuck all that.
I'm picking. We're picking songs that have already been on the playlist. Like there's no more indulgent in shit. When I tell you I have tuned the fuck out.
I've tuned out.
I've tuned
It's
the
tuned.
fuck
I think
out.
everyone has tuned out at this point.
I think I don't know, man. I'm just burnt from all this
Yeah.
shit.
That's why
You know what
next
I mean?
year,
Like,
industry,
seriously.
RIAA, labels, figure out a way to just milk it. Don't drop your whole load on a Friday. Because for us consumers, that's way too much. Way too much.
Somebody gonna pay in 2019. I guarantee you.
Someone's what?
Somebody's gonna pay. The industry somebody's gonna have to pay for what happened in 2018. 2018 was just a wild time.
Shit, was it ever?
It was like they just had candy and they just used their powers for
Yeah.
all the bad, man.
Yeah.
Whatever. Anyway, we out
That's
this bitch.
Yeah.
That's it. Fuck
Episode
Jed York.
115.
Fuck Jed York for the last time. Well, no, I'm gonna say it again.
Peace.
Stupid.